What's up, guys? Welcome to the new channel. Same awesome games, just a new look and feel to it all. Let me know if you like everything. If you have a comment, a complaint, whatever, just drop by and just let me know your thoughts. So we're going to continue on with Techobabylon. We left off trying to investigate the explosion of a mysterious waiter who we think is the guy that we saved from the subway, if you were watching back then. Too much to recap, go back and watch the videos, but I'm gonna jump right into it and reload my game. Alright, so the waiter just exploded, and Nina asked me to use my investigating skills to figure out what happened. Well, we know what happened. The guy exploded. Unfortunately, the explosion killed the famous chick with the really long name. Imogen something 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 dash something. You can't find anything on her that isn't an item of fashion. The blast has apparently spared her expensively engineered beauty, though not her life. You wonder if this detail might have been some comfort to her. Well, let's just start questioning
Mr.
people.
Stepford, can I have a moment?
Oh my, yes.
Oh my, yes. Yes.
I've started my investigation of the bombing.
Oh my, yes? I can assure you I had no part in this terrible tragedy.
I hear that a lot.
In fact, my core programming prevents me from harming a human being.
Huh, a synthetic. I guess you'd be the only one leaving lubricant oil instead of DNA evidence.
Oh my, no, Dr. Regis. My outer dermis is organic tissue. It's top of the line, patterned from my creator, Dr. Arthur Stepford.
Huh. I've been learning a lot about synths these past few days. So, you have DNA?
Indeed, it's delightful skin, don't you think?
Sure.
I go to great pains to keep it moisturized.
Moisturize me. Wonder how many people here are synths. We know that the bodyguards were, at the very least. I guess we'll just keep going down the line.
You want to bring down Central?
Oh my, yes, as does everyone here. Though for differing reasons.
What does a synth manufacturer have against Newton's city controller?
A stake in that which follows, oh yes. If Dr. Zhang was simply to remove Central, there would be chaos.
The city's central infrastructure would break down.
Precisely, therefore a replacement would be needed.
You want to replace Central with a new AI? With what?
The new version is simply a retooled model of an existing system.
Your own.
Oh my, no! It's built from a commercial Archimedes model as used in Eurofed cities.
It'll do the job?
Oh my, yes, as well as any civic management AI in Europe. But, thanks to Stepford's personality matrix engineering, it shall act and speak just as its predecessor, Central.
With you holding its leash.
Every system needs fine-tuning, Dr. Regis.
Won't services suffer? I know Central. It's orders of magnitude more powerful than an Archimedes.
All unnecessary for its role, Dr. Regis. Our Archimedes in Central's clothing will perform as needed, oh yes.
Okay, so they want to, or at least this guy, I don't know if that's the consensus of this group, but they want to overthrow Central and replace it with a less capable AI? Is that the idea? Why would they want a less capable AI other than to profit? I don't even know if they have a profit. They just want the power?
How did you fall in with someone like Nina Zhang?
Dr. Zhang has been freelancing with our firm for a number of years. Her work in AI has proven invaluable to increased platform survivability.
Working in mental health for synthetics?
Oh my, yes. She has a number of unique theories of synthetic cognitive development. When she proposed this project to the leadership of the firm,
She'd wormed her way up the power structure to whisper in management's ear.
Dr. Regis, that's a shameful way of putting it. Though she certainly has a talent for networking. She has brought together a multitude of skills needed for this role.
Could the guards have arranged the bombing? They're obviously synthetics, but I imagine they're more comfortable with hurting people.
They would not be worth much as protection otherwise, oh my no. But each security platform maintains a constant connection to my own systems. Their degree of independence is limited.
So if one of them were responsible, I'd have to consider you complicit.
Oh my, yes.
Were you aware that this establishment serves human meat?
Oh my, yes. It's delightfully macabre, isn't it? I'm sure the experience would be enhanced by being able to eat, of course.
You don't eat?
Some models can simulate digestion, but this platform is unable to. Go on, Dr. Regis. Try something for me.
I'll pass.
Charlie took the words right out of my mouth.
You're a synthetic.
Quite so, Dr. Regis.
I should have guessed. There's something not quite right. I think it's the eyes.
A specially built feature of the Sons of Stepford, oh my, yes. Much of my composition, however, is state-of-the-art.
A walking advertisement.
I illustrate the potential for what one can do with a synthetic, Dr. Regis. Many customers have been swayed by the demonstration.
Like, not eating? I mean, I guess that is a selling point. They don't want... Somebody that wants to buy a synthetic doesn't want them to go and eat all their food, I guess.
You're not just a synthetic salesman, are you?
Oh my, no. Not this particular platform, certainly.
How do you mean?
Well, I'm not the only instance of the Sons of Stepford. There are currently 26 platforms running this personality.
There's more than one of you?
Alphabetically ordered, delegated to different roles within the firm. I, Liam, handle special tasks, oh my, yes. But we all run the same personality.
Huh, synthetics. I'll get back to you.
Oh my, yes.
How far am I into this? I probably have about 10 hours or so of actual game time, which I'm not sure how far that translates, because there's a couple of times I got pretty stuck on some of these puzzles. I think, based on what I think Luke looked it up, and I think he said at the time I was almost halfway, but that was a while back, so I'm probably just over halfway through the game entirely. Alright, let's question the old fat guy. No, not down there. Ran Showman.
Mr. Ron.
What you want?
I've started my investigation.
You find who tried to kill me.
Who tried to kill all of us, Mr. Ron?
This city dangerous. Police do a lousy job.
Can you recall anything suspicious?
No, stop asking stupid questions.
How about the guy that exploded right in front of you? That was pretty fucking suspicious.
What do you think of Dr. Jong?
She's very clever. She know what she's doing.
I worked with her in the past. I guarantee the only ones she's looking out for are her and her plans.
So, that's how to get ahead. Cooperation happen when we want same thing. I want Central gone. She wants Central gone.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Can't tell if his voice is racist or not.
Did you know Gil Vanderwall?
Sure, everyone here know Jill. We work together. He have connections everywhere.
He was a middleman for criminals.
Exactly. Any specialist he could find. Even mindjackers, Dr. Regis.
It's the guy that we were looking for before I guess I'm still looking for him.
What do you know about Gil's links to the Mindjacker?
Vanderwall set people up with specialist talent, famous for it. In this case, a third party needed a mindjacker. He fixed that up for them, got the best.
But eventually, he discovered something that made him regret introducing them?
He found what the client's plans were in the long run. If they succeed, our plan to remove Central will fail.
So he tried to stop the mindjacker.
Exactly. Took the memory module he was using to store minds of his targets.
And it cost him his life.
Pity he's working against us. Good mindjackers are hard to find.
Who hired the mindjacker from Vanderwall?
Like everything else, information is not free, Regis.
I'll get back to you.
Stop wasting my time.
Okay. So Vanderwall had the memory module that the mindjacker was storing all of the memories on. And that is what the blackmailer wanted me to get. That's what I got. I delivered that, right? Yeah, I put it on the bench in my garden. He came and got it. But we were assuming that the blackmailer was Baxter. And it was probably the mindjacker himself.
Dr. Regis, how can I help?
Is this guy
I've begun my
too?
investigation into the bombing.
If anyone can resolve this, it's you, Dr. Regis.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Counselor. I don't know how much closer I am to figuring out who's behind it, though.
Because of the pool of suspects, it might be better to think about exclusion. Perhaps you can find evidence to rule out those not involved.
I'm surprised to see a city councilor in a conspiracy like this.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, Dr. Regis.
I guess you've been facilitating things for the plot.
Much as it pains me to misuse my position, that is the case. I've been able to expedite import permits for equipment necessary to Dr. Zhang's plans.
And Central hasn't noticed?
In my role, I'm given considerably more privacy than the average civil servant. No offense, Doctor.
None taken. I just cover the camera in my office with paste. So, I understand what you're doing for it, but why? How does someone in government decide that Central needs removing?
I've read your bio, Dr. Regis. I know that you have no great love for Central. But, in practical terms, I believe it has become a threat to our democratic society.
A threat? How so?
Over the course of its 20 years of operation, Central has begun to develop opinions. For an individual to have done so is natural. For an AI, it is impressive. But, in its position, coordinating the actions of government, it poses a risk.
Wouldn't someone notice? Call it out?
There isn't enough to address as yet. It's clever. It's designed to carry out the policies of the Council, and it cannot fail to do so. But it can drag its metaphorical feet, badly implement plans it disagrees with.
You've seen it do this.
I've had suspicions. Dr. Zhang's research confirms the extent to which Central is developing its own conscience. I believe that you yourself recently had a disagreement with it over its handling of a crisis. Another bombing. Central has done well, but there exist many other options today that are equally valid. We need a system that will effectively manage the city and carry out its instructions, not one that cherry-picks what policies it believes appropriate.
So the AI is learning, and it's... This is like the classic scenario where, you know, AI, you build an AI like this to make everything perfect, and then the AI starts determining that humans are bad because they're bad for everything else, and then starts exterminating the humans and stuff like that. Maybe not as drastic, but still.
Counselor, were you aware that this restaurant serves human meat?
Indeed. It's quite distasteful, don't you think?
Finally.
Still, I suppose it's a matter of personal taste since nobody's been hurt. We must respect the freedoms allowed by the laws of this city.
You're not having any then?
Oh no, but I shan't judge anyone for it. They're quite whimsical about it in some ways. I heard good things about their Billy con carne.
Ugh.
See, that's a good question though, is that they're serving cloned human meat to eat. Why is that bad? It's not like they're killing people or actually eating somebody that ever existed. they're growing human meat and then eating it. I mean, wouldn't people who are against slaughterhouses be fine if we could artificially grow beef? Because we're not killing an animal to get it.
You're on the city council, aren't you?
Indeed I am, Dr. Regis. Rep for the Southwest Ward and co-chair of the Cosmopolitan Party.
I remember when you got elected. They called you Mr. Incorruptible. I never got that.
That's because of the device in my head, Dr. Regis.
So he's not a synth, but has something in his head.
What is that in your head, counselor?
Why, it's a neural governor, Dr. Regis.
As in, what paroled felons are fitted with?
Similar. While most of those are designed to limit violent behavior, mine prevents me from lying. Thoughts of deceit are met with tremendous pain.
Were you inside?
Oh my no. This was a voluntary choice. After all, most governors are subdermal. I wanted my constituents to see it as a sign of my integrity.
I knew someone with one.
Dr. Baxter. I recall reading about his release last month.
I thought it must have malfunctioned, that he was out for revenge. Turns out he's just dead. It's like someone just inherited his hatred.
Yeah, it's the mindjacker. Somebody mentioned that to him because he was getting all aggressive. It's like, you've had Baxter and you for too long.
So, because of your neural governor, you're unable to lie?
That is correct.
Then forgive me for being so forward, counselor. Did you hire a suicide bomber to attack this meeting?
No, I did not. Satisfied?
Personally, I'm not sure. It'd probably stand up in court, though.
I didn't vote for you. It's like, just randomly.
Just to let you know, I voted for the other guy.
Oh, well, that's your prerogative. Any concerns I might be able to address for next time?
I guess I've always voted Metro, since I lived here.
Ah, inertia. Something difficult to overcome. Give our site a read. You might find you agree with us more than you think.
Just out of nowhere. Just so you know. Didn't vote for you. Okay? Cool.
Did you know Gil Vanderwall?
Indeed I did. He was a big donor in politics all over Africa.
And you knew about what he did? His criminal connections?
I'm the one who introduced him to the group. I'm also aware that he introduced the mindjacker you're after to his current employer.
You know about that?
You will need our help to find him, and we need your help to stop him, and Central.
How did you get on board with Nina?
I and others in the Cosmopolitan Party have suspected changes in Central's behavior. We sought the assistance of one of its original creators.
Obviously not Vargas. He loves that thing.
Indeed. Her research confirmed that, thanks to the scale of its operations, Central has been able to form its own opinion on the ideal state of affairs, regardless of the democratic consensus.
So when she said that she would remove Central...
It was a difficult decision, but we had to take it. Central's replacement will carry out its role more appropriately.
And Nina will get to continue her research on Central. Why haven't you simply raised this in the council?
Can you imagine what that would mean? Political suicide. Not just for myself, but it would undermine confidence in Newton's world-leading AI industries.
I'll get back to you, counselor.
Anything I can do to help, Dr. Regis?
Okay. So, who says it even has, like, anybody here even has to know anything about this? It's probably just a crapshoot. Oh, I have a, investigation, interface here. Get me some more of that energy. I don't know how I feel about this one. It's a, monster rehab. It's one, no carbonation. This one is tea and lemonade. It's pretty good, but I usually get the peach ones. Those are my preferred ones, because peaches are pretty much the best thing ever. Phil. Alright, let's review. Ran Showman, age 51, Nat GHR. Nationality, Great Han Republic, I'm guessing. Capitalist. Liam Stepford, age 16 months. Newton, United Korea. I have no evidence against anybody yet, so I guess well,
Nothing on it I can use. I'm not exactly equipped to repair synthetics.
Well, let's talk to Nina.
Nina.
And then I guess we can look for evidence.
Charlie, how can I help?
I've started my investigation.
It sounds like we've got the right man for the job. I remember when you were so nervous, but now look at you.
It's been a long time. People change.
Even so, my mental image of you is sitting at a DNA sequencer. Perhaps a restaurant would let you use theirs.
Why would a restaurant need a sequencer?
It helps with their rather niche menu.
Yeah, because they engineer the human meat, right?
Don't you think we should move out? Cell aren't going to ignore a blast like that.
For a harmless little kitchen fire, they won't come.
Kitchen fire? What do you...
They won't send anyone. It's all under control here. We've enough wheels greased at Cell to make sure there's an understanding. Oh, lighten up, Charlie. This is helping you. You can go on a mole hunt at Cell once your children are safe.
That's all.
Ah, crap.
Keep me informed, Charlie.
Nina,
Misclick.
Charlie, how can I help?
I guess I should thank you for not giving them the full picture.
What? That you might have been the one who made that poor young man? Think nothing of it, Charlie. That's what friends are there for. I hear you handled another one last night.
They're getting more and more frequent.
They're nearing their expiry date. Literally. I know they weren't engineered for long lives, just volatility. Their masters have to make use of them before illness diffuses them.
Wait. Did I completely miss that conversation? Did Charlie make those biobomb people for Vargas?
Can you think of anyone who'd want to do this? Why recruit a suicide bomber for this?
Frankly, the main reason I can think of to hire someone for a job like this, hypothetically speaking, of course, would be if one were unable to carry it out oneself.
Can you think of a likely saboteur?
I have my suspicions, but we depend on you for the truth.
Bella!
Dreamers? In my house? It's more likely.
Hello, Bella.
Hi, nerds.
This plot of yours.
Are you hungry?
No, not really. Not yet. You?
Yes, always, constantly.
Always and constantly. Okay.
You got a city councilor on your side.
Councillor Dean is a good man. He objects to the gradual encroachment Central has made on Newton's governance.
Do you trust him?
More than anyone else here. He may be a politician, but his goals are noble.
Can you be sure?
The governor and his brain's a good start. He's physically incapable of deceit. Plus, he's got a whole lot of enemies.
So, a sign that he's tried to change something.
A modern-day Woodrow Wilson.
As I say, he's probably the most trustworthy one. You just ask him if he's fucking lying, and he'll be like, yes. Fuck.
So, Imogen something something.
That's what I call
Imogen Natalia Revilla Quintanilla de Flores.
Yeah. How is someone like that on your team?
It's a terrible shame. She likely wasn't aware of what she was getting into.
Then why was she here?
She gave the impression of a vacant socialite, but she was smarter than she looked. Make no mistake, if any of us were to be lost, it's her that I'll miss the most.
You used her, Nina.
We're all users here, Charlie. It's how we got where we are, even dear Imogen.
Ran Shuman. Chinese?
Nearly. Greater Han Republic. Mr. Ran operates one of the largest manufacturing dynasties in Asia.
Completely putting aside his politics, of course.
Of course. If I need something made, I speak to Mr. Ran. Trust me, this project needs a lot of specialized capital.
We'll see how nice he is if you get your way, and get Central out of the picture.
And Stepford, last one.
Stepford's an unusual man, isn't he?
Not a man.
That's one way of putting it. Don't discount him, though. He's smarter than he looks.
I get the feeling a lot of his behavior's an act. Constructed.
You have no idea how close you are with that. He's the one who found where your embryo snatcher's hiding, though.
He's a hacker?
You might say he has a mutual understanding with data systems.
Oh, okay. This is assuming I don't know that he's a synthetic yet. So I hold his act is constructed, and she's like, "Oh, you're closer than you think." Ha 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 ha.
Let's change this. That's all.
Get me in.
Okay. Still no evidence. So I'm guessing it's actual items that I find for this. So let's go poking around. In the cooler. The bottles in the cooler are no more than a mess of glass shards and spilled liquor. Good. A chiller lined with wine bottles stands by the window. What is a CI splitter? Oh, that's the
CI mine splitting program that Liam Stepford cross-loaded to my Traveler. Its job is to break the mind states of CI units down to personality.
Yeah, it's what we used on the maid. Can we talk to the bodyguard?
Hello?
Though obscured by his dark glasses, you can tell that the guard is staring right through you. Apparently, conversation is not his priority. What about you?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Hey, he'll talk.
Are you all right? That was quite a blast.
Systems operating at 97%.
I see. You synthetics give me the creeps, you know that? Huh. Guess you're not easily riled up. Did you see the bomber when he came in?
Negative. His appearance was a match for a member of the serving staff.
And you call yourself a bodyguard?
It is likely that the suspect prepared this operation in advance. To achieve this, he would have to supplant a member of staff before our arrival.
Question is, where did he hide the waiter he replaced?
In the bathroom. Bathroom stall. Call on it.
What's the situation?
Perimeter secure. Guest behavior with intolerable parameters.
I guess that's one way of putting it.
But exploding is
Keep up
within
the good work.
tolerable parameters? Okay. So in the vent, not in the stall, right?
It's already been opened.
Darkness. You feel around in the musty blackness but can't identify anything helpful. No, there's gotta be...
Ow! Whatever it is, it's got sharp edges.
You briefly contemplate making an escape through the roof access, but then you'd lose your best lead. Oh. Maybe I was just wrong. Whoa. Picked up tissue paper. Cool. Error.
Apparently, this mirror is having a software error. Huh. Before I came to Newton, that sentence wouldn't have made any sense to me.
Cabinet? Is there a guy locked in the cabinet?
There's the remains of a first aid kit in here. Someone's used all of the med patches and pseudoderm spray. Must have had an injury. The only item left is a bottle of harsh-smelling toilet cleaner.
Okay, I guess I was just wrong then. Oops.
There's the remains of someone.
Alright, so... Oh, a fish tank. Is it broken?
Ow! Hey!
You attempt to grab one of the fish with your bare hands. Oh. That is a typo. That's supposed to say your. Your attempt to grab one of the fish with your bare hands was unsuccessful. Apparently, the creatures have a taste for your flesh and have left tooth marks to prove it. The fuck kind of fish is that? An aquarium now cracked open from the blast. Several luminous fish orbit each other, reminding you one of your training projects when training as an engineer. A label sits beneath the tank. Please do not touch the glass. These specimens are aggressive and startle easily. These fish are not a menu item. Can I get the toilet cleaner to the fish? No, 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 no. I didn't click the stairs, I clicked the podium. Whoa. Creepy. Okay, so they're not just growing meat, they're actually cloning a whole person and then butchering. Okay, that's slightly different than just lab growing a slab of meat.
Hello? Huh. It's like someone just hit his off switch.
Picked up a bone saw and a glass jar.
Ugh.
This is the restaurant's niche, apparently. Human meat.
It's too big to carry. It's too big to...
What? That's like an arm. That's not too big to carry.
It's a flash growth chamber for sampling DNA and growing specimens. I've seen a lot of these in my career, but never in a restaurant.
Wait, what? Human meat? I'm out. Yeah, this restaurant's cloning humans and then butchering them for the meat.
Meat.
Rapid tissue growth sequencer. Transcription complete. Differentiation complete. Cavity. I can't words. Quickening's underway. That's what's important. Let's abort this growth sequence and just please load sample tissue for sequencing. Can we grow our own clone? I think that's what we're gonna end up doing with this bone saw.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm Dr. Regis. Nina's asked me to investigate the explosion.
A cell agent? Well, all right. Just be careful what you touch. This place is half kitchen, half lab.
There are human bodies in your kitchen.
Yes, there are. It's a freezer. What are you, the food inspector?
Give me a good reason I shouldn't haul your ass down to cell.
It's all legal, I guarantee. They're annual clones, grown without brain tissue.
I know what it means. I guess the presentation was a shock.
Okay, so grown without brains, so it's not like they ever lived.
Why is this restaurant serving cloned human tissue?
I trained in engineering at Darwin. We'd flash grow human bodies to test DNA alterations. So I guess human tissue is what I'm most familiar with.
You're a engineer.
Well, I dropped out before my PhD. I learned enough to sample DNA and use it to grow flash clones.
No kidding. My background's in engineering as well. You altered these bodies?
None of these. They're all template. Caucasian, male, 20s, brown hair.
This is quite the setup you've got. Combined sampler growth chamber?
That's right. We usually use the template. Sometimes get specialist orders, though.
Like if someone wants to eat themselves?
Sometimes. We can ready up a new cadaver in about a week with it.
I can't access cell at the moment. I might need to use your equipment.
Do you have to? You know you'd have to flush the current growth.
Sorry about that. Tell you what, Nina will reimburse you.
Well, okay.
Oops, I already did that. I guess it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is permission, though.
A suicide bomber attacked the gathering upstairs. He was disguised as one of your waiters.
Whoa. I wondered what that was. What did he look like?
Blonde, about 1.65 meters, might have looked uncomfortable or limping.
Huh. Biobomber?
That's right. How did you guess?
You mentioned the limp. They've got pretty serious health problems, don't they?
Yeah, he might have replaced one of your staff.
Huh. They all checked in.
If he incapacitated one of your staff, can you think of where they'd do that?
It'd have to be somewhere you could hide a body, I guess.
Really? Well, thanks. I wouldn't have guessed that.
What's with the bouncer?
He came with Mr. Stepford's party, along with a few others. I think he was supposed to be guarding the kitchen, but...
What happened?
Well, he wasn't very talkative, but after I started working, he just kind of zoned out. Couldn't get an answer out of him.
I like the glowing fish in the tank you've got.
Thanks. I made those myself. They were my first gengineering project.
Luciferin luciferase from fireflies?
Well spotted. I imported the sequence into red snappers and kept them viable. 10 generations now.
A lot of academies use those as a starter project, but that's impressive.
We keep them as a reminder of where we came from. Or, in case the power goes out.
Was that like a backhanded compliment? He's like, you did that really easy experiment pretty well. I'm impressed.
The sequencer's a different model to my usual.
Cell's probably got something more impressive than that thing. You have to purge the current project before you can do anything. Then you can submit genetic material to start a new growth project.
What kind of material will it take?
Blood, dermal tissue, almost anything. Makes it easier to get a sample from customers.
You get a lot of clandestine meetings like this taking place?
You'd be surprised. This place is popular with the wealthy. Haven't had an assassination before, though.
You know what they're discussing up there.
They don't tell me, and I don't ask about anything but their orders. Dr. Zhang pays me enough to know I probably shouldn't.
I was say, how does he even know that it was clandestine? Maybe he didn't. Maybe Charlie's just like the worst cop ever. Like, all this stuff is illegal. Well, I mean, I guess that doesn't make him a bad cop, but it makes him a bad part of this conspiracy.
Thanks.
Whatever I can.
Okay, so... Is there any way I can...
Hello?
Activate the guard again? The guards you've seen so far have appeared menacing and alert. This one is slumped over forwards.
Hello? Huh. Hello?
You dig through the cabinets, but find nothing else relevant to the investigation. Those were relevant to the investigation? The bone saw? Wait, do I only have 2 places I can go?
An empty glass jar. According to the label, it used to contain spices. Nah. Can't do that. That'd be a... I've already cut... An empty glass jar. I've already cut the top off.
No, I didn't. Did it come that way? Okay, so maybe there's more stuff up here. Can I use something on the cooler?
Can't do that.
You swab the paper across a wound, taking a sample of her blood. Happens.
That's not going. I'm not sure what I can't do.
Start using the bone saw on people. So am I gonna go grow a clone? I'm not sure how that's gonna help with. I'll try it. The XX chromosome on this sample from Imogen confirms, unsurprisingly, that she was female. Okay.
Excuse me.
After that, though?
Yes.
The sequencer's a different...
Cells, you have to... Then you can...
What kind of material?
Blood makes it easier.
Going from gengineering to catering, that's quite a switch.
Most of my family are cooks. They run a restaurant in Vietnam. When I was at med school, someone found out about my family, dared me to make something out of human muscle tissue.
And?
And it turned out my human bolognese was really, really good. Not just being immodest or anything.
You said you dropped out. Is that why?
Yeah. Turns out the Academy had regulations about improper disposal of remains. But now I had an idea, and I knew there'd be a market for it somewhere. My family are great chefs, and I can make human bodies. Bingo.
What's your advice for cooking human meat?
In case I want to
Planning
do
on
it
going into
myself.
competition with me? Well, you know how they say everything tastes like chicken? It's actually better if you treat human tissue like pork.
Like pork?
Yeah. Sausages, slices, filet. There's a lot you can do with it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Whatever I can do.
Alright, so I have Imogen's tissue sample in here, but the only thing I can do is examine this part, which tells me she's a female, which we kind of guessed. Transcription is underway. Everything else is holding. I'm not sure if I can do anything to make it keep going. I got rid of my toilet paper that I used to get the blood sample. Let's go see if we can get more.
I'm not sure.
So we gotta find a way to see in here. Vent cover.
Ow! Whatever. Nah.
Nah.
Can't do.
There's gotta be something in here in this darkness.
I can't see a damn thing in here. Any credible hospital would use an automated surgical array to make amputations, but I've seen a few cases out in bandit country where a saw had to do. Since the subjects in this case are cadavers, there's probably a lot more room for being sloppy and allowing for a manual saw.
A clean piece of tissue taken from the bathroom. Feels soft and expensive, leading you to wonder if perhaps it was grown from a real plant rather than recycled. I wonder if we can use the bone saw on the actual cadavers in the kitchen.
Ugh. Here goes.
Carve a slice from the cadaver. The nausea welling up reminds you why you went into genetic medicine rather than the macro scale. Picked up slice
A
of meat.
slice of meat taken from one of the kitchen's cadavers. If I hadn't known where it came from, I'd almost think it was pork. I can't figure...
You stuff the slice of meat into the open bottle.
Nah. The jar is stuffed with meat from a cloned kitchen cadaver.
So why would I want a jar of human meat is the question. Can I get another piece of meat? As evidence, it's probably a good idea to avoid damaging this particular body. But...
Ugh.
Oh, that's the kitchen staff. That's who he replaced. All right, because the chef just said all the clones were in their 20s, brown hair. This guy has blonde hair.
Hey, stop the carousel.
What's wrong?
These bodies are supposed to be clones, right? So why is this one blonde?
Oh, God. Henry. What happened to him?
He's taken a nasty blow to the head. Looks like it's the hypothermia that's finished him, though.
Oh, hell. Why'd they leave him in the freezer?
Best place to hide a tree is a forest. Best place to hide a body is with a whole lot of other bodies.
Why Henry? He was such a nice boy.
Same hair color as the bomber. Whoever's behind this took his uniform for the bomber's disguise.
Somebody would have seen him being dragged across the restaurant.
He must have been killed in here. I'll find who's behind this.
This game is messed up. Yeah, this part's kind of weird. I'll give you that. The boy's body has been hung up from a hook on the carousel. Looks like whoever was responsible had difficulty lifting him, leading to a sloppy result.
Nothing on him except his underpants.
Take them.
I can't figure that.
Take the underpants. Project already underway. Abort current growth cycle before introduction of new DNA framework.
Ugh.
So, is there a reason why I need a slice of meat?
The jar is stuffed with...
Other than to put it in this jar for whatever reason.
Dr. Regis, how can I help?
I'll get back to you, Counselor.
See if we can
Anything I can do to help, Dr. Regis?
talk to any of these guys
Mr.
about
Stepford, can I have a moment?
anything new.
Oh my, yes.
Oh my, yes. Yes.
I found one of your heavies in the kitchen. Looks like something's knocked it out cold.
Oh my, a technical fault, no doubt. May I ask you to show me the defective platform?
Sure, I guess.
Excellent. We can't have our firm slandered by accusations of low-quality units.
First, Pinky. Alright, so show this guy the deactivated.
Dr.
guard.
Regis,
Oh my.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I know what's going
Some
on.
sort of EMP
the cavity
field?
magnetron in the growth array. It generates a huge mag flux in here.
It broke them. Is it permanent?
What do I look like, a tech?
Oh, Jesus.
Mr. Stepford? Nope, he hasn't got anything I can use. Not unless I want a really lousy suit.
Maybe I do.
Hello? Huh.
So can you turn off that thing?
Excuse me.
Yes.
This is disgusting.
It's restaurants like this that make me glad everyone in this city just uses auto meals these days.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad. It's not harming anyone after all.
Something about it still doesn't feel right.
You probably don't feel nearly so angry talking to me as those auto mill personalities, right?
You have a point.
Sheffy. THE Foods.
Thanks.
Whatever.
Alright, so... Now what? Who do I tell about him now? Can Nina fix him?
Charlie, how can I help?
That's all.
Get me a...
Maybe there's some parts.
Nothing on it I can use.
Maybe this bodyguard can help me out?
Hello?
Nope.
Mr. Ron.
What you want?
I'll get back to you.
Stop with...
Dr. Regis, how can I help?
I'll get back to you.
Anything?
Well...
Excuse me.
Yes.
I found one of your buddies in the kitchen. He doesn't look well.
Please report technical issues to management.
Who's in charge?
Situational command has been assigned to Mr. Liam Stepford.
Huh. Fancy taking orders from a guy like that.
Well, management's not feeling too well either.
Are you all right? That was quite a blast.
Systems operating at 97%.
I see. You synthetics give me the creeps, you know that? Huh. Keep up.
With the bait in place, the fish eagerly crowd around the bottle. But when an adventurous soul takes the plunge, you hoist him from the water within the jar.
Gotcha.
I got myself a flashlight. Here we go. What is this? A bag.
The bomber's bag.
Likely, this used to contain supplies to aid the bomber in remaining undercover in the city of heathens. Now, the only thing remaining is a handwritten note.
The vent cover's been unlatched from the inside. The bomber must have gained entry through here. Whoever their accomplice on the inside was did a number on their hand. The vent's cover's got a sharp edge and is still wet with blood.
Ah. You run the tissue along the bloodied edge of the grate, taking as much still moist blood as possible. So we use that on the sequencer in the kitchen to figure out who helped him in from the inside.
The crumpled note found in the bomber's possessions, apparently from whoever hired him. It says,
Time has come, tonight, 2200 at 1181 Shinley. Service entrance C on roof will open for you from inside. GBWU. GBWU. I don't know what that would stand for. GB. Guess let's go find out. Is this empty? Yeah. The genome taken from the blood on the vent. The fact that the accomplice had an XY chromosome and was therefore male narrows the pool of suspects. Case file updated. Okay, XY chromosome identified on access vent. Bomber's accomplice was male or synth male. That's one piece of evidence we got going. This is a pretty cool section of the game. Like, the rest of it has been, you know, cool as well. But I kind of wish that there's more of this stuff. And maybe there is, you know, just cases like this. Sephir's perpetual grin has now been replaced with the visage of a stroke victim.
Mr. Stepford? Nope, he hasn't got anything I can use. Not unless I want a really lousy...
Okay, so... it's either the councilman, Ron, or Liam. Now, we did ask the councilman if he hired a bomber to explode at this meeting, but maybe he's not the one who hired him. Maybe we're asking the wrong questions.
Dr. Regis, how can I help?
I've discovered how the bomber managed to get into the restaurant. Apparently, someone here let them in through the vent in the bathroom.
A sound approach. They could enter unseen if they did it before Mr. Stepford's men arrived.
Whoever opened it did a number on their hand. Left a lot of blood.
You wish to check my hands, Dr. Regis?
Nah. Whoever it was will have slapped on a medipatch. Any visible injury will be gone in 10 minutes.
How unfortunate.
I'll get back to you, Counselor.
Anything I can do to help, Dr. Regis?
This guy's been screaming about who's killed him, or who's trying to kill him.
Mr. Ron.
So he's not going to be
What
happy
you
about me
want?
asking.
I'll get back to you.
Oh,
Stop wasting my time.
never mind. Can't even ask him.
Nothing on it I can use. Nina.
Charlie, how can I help?
Let's...
It's all the stuff that I could talk about
That's
before.
all.
Keep me informed.
Okay, so what else do I have left? I have a slice of meat, a bone saw, toilet cleaner. Why would I need toilet cleaner? To make fumes, to use as something abrasive to clean? Just to use it as an actual cleaner?
What am I, a plumber?
To clean the toilet.
Nah.
Thanks.
What am I?
Welcome.
And I don't even know if we need the bone saw and the slice of meat anymore, because we used a slice of meat in the cup, and all that was to get the fish to look at the vent. So this stuff may or may not have any use anymore. So those just may be red herrings at this point.
A powerful combination of bleach, enzymes, and antimicrobial wetware designed to kill bacteria in plumbing. It makes a lot of scientific-sounding claims on the label, smells vaguely of lemon, before the aftertaste of chlorine hits.
You clean the toilet. You telling her to? I wonder if there's anything else that we can do with the growth chamber. Because if we could sequence it further and maybe get more information about this blood sample, that'd be nifty.
There isn't enough DNA on that to sample.
Oh, the note.
There isn't enough.
Oh, fuck. See if I could use the CI splitter. I just downloaded Stepford's personalities and shit. Let's try it on the guard. Oh, maybe now I use these on the one of the guards that's actually still functioning, so I can question them.
Hey, who's that?
Who's that? Error. Okay, so I want the memory of Stepford, the role of guard, maybe personality of the guard as well, or no personality, so that doesn't get in the way. Let's try that.
Excuse me.
Apparently there's something wrong with his platform. So maybe I can't do that. I have to give him a personality. Oh, I'll do guard.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Are you all right? That was quite a blast.
Systems operating at 97%.
I see you synthetics give... Huh.
I was hoping he'd
Keep
say,
up the good work.
My, yes. Okay, I'll try Stepford personality, Stepford memory, and then guard role.
Excuse me.
Oh my, yes.
There it is.
What's the situation?
Just dandy, my good man.
Are you all right?
My system log shows a mind state alteration made moments ago. I don't think it's anything to worry about. Just a little tweak. Oh my, yes.
You sound really different from your colleagues.
You know what they say, variety is the spice of life.
Did you see the bomber when he came in?
Oh my, no. That little sod must have gotten in before us.
I found one of your buddies in the kitchen. He doesn't look well.
Oh dear, does Mr. Stepford know? He's a lovely man. He'll get it sorted right out. Oh my, yes.
Actually, he's kind of broken as well. You're wearing his personality.
Well, that does explain a thing or two.
Keep up.
Don't worry, sir. We're big and strong. We'll protect you. Oh my, yes.
It'd be fun to play with one of these things.
Who's...
Do a CI splitter on people instead of synths. Let's just make him 100% Stepford, I guess. See what
My
happens
word,
there.
this is a peculiar experience.
Mr. Stepford?
Oh my, yes. Thank you for your assistance, Dr. Regis.
Do you know what happened? The chef mentioned something about mag flux.
Allow me to check the crash log. Yes, it appears that the kitchen was indeed saturated with a high-intensity magnetic field. No doubt from an item of hardware. They often pose a hazard to advanced synthetic platforms.
You're okay, though.
Quite so, thanks to your timely intervention. They really ought to have a warning sign in that kitchen, oh my.
So, synthetics can't operate in there?
Oh my, no. A field of that strength is positively ghastly. Like working in a cloud of chlorine for men such as yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must change into something more comfortable.
We know the waiter was murdered within the kitchen. The mag field would be lethal to any synthetics trying to get in there. That means we can rule out Stepford as a suspect.
Alright, so it definitely wasn't Stepford. So that's between these two, and see, and that's a tough one to guess between these, unless it actually is neither one of these, because Councilman Dean can't lie because of his governor in his head, supposedly. Maybe he doesn't even have one. I don't know. And then this guy keeps ranting about, oh, somebody's trying to kill me. So I need something to rule the other guys out. Wait, didn't he go and change into something else?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Keep up.
See if we can talk
Dr.
to him
Regis, how can I help?
I'll get back.
Anything?
Mr. Stepford, can I have a moment?
Oh my, yes.
You're the one who found my embryos?
Oh my, yes.
Where are they?
Dr. Regis, while it pains, we simply can't tell you. Then
we already-
you, please, Doctor,
We already talked about that.
Feeling better?
Oh my, yes. My most sincere thanks, Dr. Regis. You have no idea how uncomfortable I find the wrong body.
The outfit makes the man.
Very literally in my case. I suppose I shall have to avoid the kitchen. I shall instruct the security platforms to do likewise.
I'll get back to you.
Oh my, yes.
See if we can talk to
Mr.
Ron.
Ron,
What you want?
I'll get back to you.
Stop wasting my time.
Nothing there either. We still haven't done anything with the cooler, though. Chiller lined with wine bottles and stands by the window. Bottles are in the bottles in the cooler are no more than a mess of glass shards and spilled liquor. Put the toilet cleaner in there?
I can't figure that.
What does the toilet cleaner do?
Can't do that. I can't figure that. Can't do. I can't.
It's at times like this where I kind of start thinking I might have missed something. We just need one more piece of evidence to rule out the last person. I have a feeling it has something to do with the mirror. Like, maybe if we can get a log, like repair the mirror, then get a log from something.
Lau, you there?
Regis, I heard a blast. Is everything all right?
A bomber. Someone targeted this get-together.
Want me to call it in? Maybe now is when we should get Central involved.
No, I've got it covered for the time being. If Central asks, you know nothing.
Got it.
Damn. I was hoping Lau could come in and use her wetware to interface with the mirror. It's the mind-jacking case file.
It's got no person. Nah. What am I? What am I, a plumber?
Why would a plumber put a piece of meat in the sink?
What am I, a plumber? There's the remains of a first aid kit in here. Someone's used all of the med patches and pseudoderm spray. Must have had an injury.
Oh, that's why that was missing, because of the vent. Do I need to take toilet paper again for some reason? Alright guys, what can I do with the mirror?
Apparently this mirror is having a software error. Before I came to Newton, that sentence wouldn't have made any sense to me.
So we need to do something with the mirror. That's gotta be it, right? Because we haven't done anything with it yet.
A crumpled note.
GBWU. What could that mean? Can I show that note to somebody, maybe?
What do you make of this, Nina?
Hey, the bomber's instructions. Where'd you find this?
A vent access by the bathroom. They'd apparently been in communication beforehand.
Good job, Charlie. This may help us find out who let them in.
What do you think of this, Mr. Stepford?
Oh my, a note to the bomber. Perhaps whomever sent it had data security in mind, yes. One certainly can't hack a letter after all.
What do you make of this, Mr. Ron?
What it say?
You can't read English?
English second language. I got secretary for that.
You don't say.
Ah, Dr. Regis, might I have a word in private? We're alone?
As alone as we're going to get. What do you want?
Your investigation is drawing to an end, is it not?
So Ron can't even read English, which means he definitely can't write English. It's gotta be Dean. But unless it's none of them and it's just somebody else. That's always a possibility. But, so he's asking if my investigation's coming to an end. I kind of want to say no, because if I say yes, he's like, well, shit, I'm in trouble, and he might do something. So.
There still leads to chase up. Why?
You are, without a doubt, a skilled detective, Dr. Regis. I am proud that the city employs only the finest. I believe that your inquiry will find only one credible suspect, myself.
You're going to plead your innocence? Tell me it's a mistake?
Not at all. You see, I am indeed responsible for the attack.
What? Oh, this is where that comes into play. Remember how I said we asked him if he hired the bomber? Which he didn't, and he's probably going to say that right here, right? Right?
You lied to us. The governor's a fake then. I'm sure your voters would love to find that out.
The governor is working as well as it ever has. I have not once lied to you, Dr. Regis.
I asked you if you hired the bomber.
I did not. My assistant hired the bomber.
Politicians.
People have to phrase their questions to me very carefully.
You'd better have a real good reason for all this.
For various values of
I called that.
You recall Gil Vanderwall?
I called that so long ago. I knew there's something off about that wording.
What does Vanderwall have to do with this?
2 years ago, much to my shame, I did something terrible. I took part in a vote-fixing program for the Cosmopolitan Party, and they promised me this office in the next election. Gil discovered this and has been blackmailing me ever since.
But why the suicide bomber?
He realized that Nina's project might lead to his death. He was a spiteful man, and he needed a guarantee that he could strike back against her if that happened.
From beyond the grave.
Essentially, I was his guarantee.
He wanted you to kill Nina for him?
Or materials he has on me would be released to the public. My career, my family would be ruined.
So instead of turning you in, I should...
Tell them that Ron Schumann was responsible.
What? Frame an innocent man?
You've spoken to him, Dr. Regis. He is a truly, objectively despicable individual.
You're one to talk.
What I've done was terrible, but I wish to make reparations for what I've done. After this is done, I shall devote my life's work to annihilating corruption in our city. Ron wishes no more than to desecrate and pollute our nation as he has done his own.
We're gonna have to make that choice.
You nearly killed us all with that bomber.
I apologize most sincerely for that, Dr. Regis. Had I known someone such as yourself would be present, I would have found other means. Please, consider what this means for the city.
Charlie, what have you found?
I've completed my investigation.
That was most swift.
Though effective, I've no doubt.
Who tried to kill us?
After finding enough evidence to exclude all other parties.
Uh-oh, guys. What do I do? I mean, he's right about Dean being the lesser evil. But he did do it. Do we want to go with the law is the law? He did it, so he's guilty. I think I gotta stick with it, right? Gotta be a good cop. Doesn't matter why he did it, or if the other guy is worse. If he did the crime, then... I mean, he didn't do it just to try to kill people in general. Like, he had motivations, but that doesn't excuse him. Oh, man.
The only conclusion possible is that Counselor Dean is responsible.
What?
My word.
Andrew, is this true?
See? He not say anything. Otherwise, he have to tell truth.
Yes, I am responsible. I acted to save my family from my mistakes. I joined this project to protect the city that I love. The rest of you are backstabbing cowards, out to loot Newton for your own gain.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Counselor. That leaves us only one option, I'm afraid. Liam.
Wait, are they gonna kill him?
What are you doing? Wait, stop!
Poor dear Counselor Dean. Tragically thrown from the building by the blast.
You're completely
shit.
insane.
We're doing what we have to, Charlie. As promised, the information you require. The man who has your kids, your mind-jacker, is a contractor, Jayam Kressel. He's based out of an aerostat currently moored at the Xanadu dockyard.
You haven't changed one bit, Nina.
I hope you find what you're looking for, Charlie. Remember, I'm always here if you need my help.
The uptake reports came
Shit.
in. Looks like there was a 99.1% volume of new code in the embryo.
Oh, that's fantastic. We'll have a viable specimen for testing within days.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have had the same kind of uptake if it was one of the brain-dead ones. So, how did you manage to score these full-scope human embryos?
It would have taken months to get approval from the city council, so we used our own.
Yours. You and Charlie.
They're healthy, and they've got all the right uptake markers.
Oh, I'm just kind of surprised Charlie agreed to it, given his previous line of work and all. You have told
Charlie
him,
doesn't
haven't
know.
you?
I was going to find a way.
That explains why he's on the warpath, then.
Oh, nuke me. How did he find out?
Vicky!
Uh-oh.
Dr. Chigwa, may I speak to my wife?
Charlie, you better not...
Get out! Dr. Baxter just
Yikes.
congratulated me on what a noble gesture I was making for science. Apparently, we volunteered our own embryos for engineering.
Don't say calm down. Because, that's not what you do when somebody's mad. That never works, right? Just calm down. Like, oh, okay. I'm feeling a lot better now.
I'm sorry I hadn't told you yet. Dr. Vargas was having enough trouble stalling the council. We needed to start showing results, so I made the decision for both of us.
You didn't think I'd object if I knew beforehand?
Well, no. Using our own embryos was the right thing to do to keep the project afloat.
You have no idea what I'm upset about.
Sure I do.
Mad because I didn't consult you. You're being old-fashioned. We've always got more and they won't be born. I don't think it's as simple as being mad because she didn't consult him. Probably being old-fashioned, right? Charlie doesn't even have a wetware interface.
You know, sometimes your old world sensibilities are charming, but not this time. What is it they believe where you're from? That life begins at conception?
You know damn well what I've done with human engineering in the past. I'm well past being able to object for moral reasons.
We're only using 1, maybe 2 of the embryos we've got for the project. The other 4 are still stored at Al-Rasis.
It's not a matter of whether we can make more or not. We could have thousands of embryos on standby. It'd still be wrong.
Why?
It's not as if we're bringing the embryos to term. Their lives aren't going to be affected by the alterations we're making.
We've already affected them by using them in this role.
It's not the fact that we're engineering human embryos. It's that there are embryos.
I spent 2 years weaponizing children. The fact that they were destined, doomed to a purpose.
It's one thing to have your life affected by a quirk of genetics, but when you've been deliberately altered before birth to fit a role...
I'd hoped that I'd escaped it, but seeing it with our own kids, it's just...
I understand, Charlie. I'll talk to Dr. Vargas about it.
He won't be happy. It sounds like he was counting on this.
He'll just have to deal with it.
Oh. Alright. Back to Lata. So I'm wondering if it's gonna end up, like... Is Charlie really the father to Central or something like that? I forget, what are we doing with her? Through the window, you see a man who looks too well armed to be working at a front desk. Closer than that is his mug of coffee.
That aircon's putting out a lot of heat. Must be working pretty hard in this weather.
Guessing you have to interface with it and mess it up.
The wetware won't form a
Nope.
That aircon...
An aerostat is tethered to the landing field. Through the fence, you can see dock workers loading crates of cargo. Through the damage, you can make out an itinerary, some long-expired special offers, and a message where somebody's hacked the text to display rude ASCII drawings. Can we interface
The screen's
with it?
probably not connected into the higher systems. I'd better save my wetware for more important targets.
Okay, can I just go in the door? A painting of a turn-of-the-century antique fighter jet from the days when they still used human pilots for the role.
Hello?
We're closed.
Then why is your door open? Jesus. Can't reach it from here.
Hey, be it for all.
Apparently the man at the desk is making up for the chill of the air conditioner with a mug of something hot.
Hey, hands off my coffee.
Okay, okay. So I'm guessing we have to put something in his coffee at some point to get him away from the terminal so that we can use it. A map of the world showing destination service by Xanadu Air Freight, or at least they used to be.
Sure, if I feel like getting myself shot.
Okay, so I can't go all Gordon Freeman on him. I don't think anything else is in here. So we probably have to do something from the outside. Like, break the window.
Real subtle.
Nope.
There's only so...
Break the air conditioning.
Oh, damn it. Why'd it have to break tonight?
There we go. Yeah. Break this shit.
Can I just...
No, go away.
Maybe
You don't even...
No, it's too hot to argue.
Maybe have the air conditioner repair lady.
Can't I...
Get out of here, Thrall.
do anything in the trance right now? Connection strength.
The connection's getting stronger. I must be on the right track.
Salam, Mandela.
Hi.
Hello. Sound like she said salmonella. I'm on site.
I'm finally at the site. You were right. I can feel the connection.
That is good to hear. You managed to avoid detection in your journey?
Yeah, nobody noticed me. Just some thrall wandering the southwest city. What is it you need me to do here?
We have the ID for their system, but are unable to access it. You must get close enough to it to act as a relay point.
Then your tech teams break into it and find out what their plans are?
Exactly.
Okay.
I'll get back to
good luck.
Well, first, we gotta get closer. Alright, so we broke the air conditioner, now it's hot, and this guy is drinking coffee. What now? Apparently the man at the desk is making up for the chill of the air conditioner with a mug of something hot, but there's no chill of the air conditioner anymore. It's a warm night. With all that armor, it's no wonder he needs the aircon. Will you do anything to me if I...
What was I...
Nope.
Hey, authorized personnel only.
Sorry,
Okay, I pretty much can't do anything in here without him yelling at me. So I'm assuming whatever I have to do is out here, right? Can I break the window now?
There's only so much you can... I can reach it, but he'd notice pretty quickly if I just took it.
Oh, okay, I broke the air conditioner, so he opened the window. Vapor from the guard's coffee is carried by the breeze into the warm night air.
I can't reach...
Okay, so there's something else that I can do to the coffee. Can I break it?
There's only so much you...
Put wetware in it?
The wetware won't...
Oh, what is this injector? Still holding a few milliliters of powerful anesthetic. Taking care to ensure the guard doesn't see, you squeeze a few drops of tranquilizer from the injector into the coffee. Alright. Thunk.
Hello? Guess that tranquilizer did its job.
He is out. Alright.
Nah, I don't want it now that I know it's in it.
So now I can interface with the terminal.
I don't need to hack it. He didn't log...
Oh. Alright, well then I will just use it. Oh, jeez. Net weight. What am I doing? Your best. Shut up. Okay, so these are cargo manifests, but how does that... Oh, I can interface with this. Maybe I don't have to do anything with the cargo yet. So, try as you might, you can't find any systems on it that appear new enough to accept a wetware bond. That'd make their security system at least, 20 years old. Let's smash it. Though the aircon succumb to your strength, it doesn't look like you can overcome this door with it. The number of magnetic sensors around it suggests that an attempt to pry it open would be met with several alarms.
It's locked. I figured that huge keypad's got something to do with it. Lightweight. Sorry.
Do I really just have to figure this out by myself? Wetware, components, firearm. Bolt driver, books and literature. Oh, what is this? Mandala beware, that's me. Just turn that all the way up. I guess let's try to talk to what's her name again.
Salam.
Hi. Remind me, just getting close enough. We suspect it to be.
Then when I'm near,
we shall use.
Okay. I can sense the signal you've mentioned. I've got a visual representation in my trance hub.
Good. You'll know how close you are to your goal.
If they're trying to hide, why are they broadcasting like this?
Like much of hacking, we must look for mistakes our target makes. What you sense is not intentional on their part.
Oh, so it's seepage? Like inter-system connections they haven't noticed?
Precisely. Many of their own devices communicate wirelessly. Their attempt at security involves limiting the range. They therefore avoid attacks from the net at large.
But if you can get a relay close enough,
then we may study their signal as though we were by your side.
Okay. She doesn't seem to have any answers for this puzzle, though.
So, the people trying to kill me are working out of an old aerodrome?
Quite so. This air freight business collapsed last year. We suspect it was bought up as a front for this criminal enterprise.
They're storing their data systems in the aerostat? Why don't they just split it up and hide it in the trans?
Physical security is as much a concern for admins as system integrity. If they suspect someone of getting too close,
they can just take off. Huh. I'll get back to you.
Good luck.
So that's not useful.
The chips made a connection to my wetware systems that allow it to be used in the trance.
Okay, this is stuff I read before. So I don't think there's anything in the trance that will help me right now unless I can connect to something new.
The wetware won't form. I don't need to have. There's only so much. No. There's only. There.
So I don't get. Get it. I don't get anything right now. So I have these different containers, and then I have a category over here. I have a weight slider. If I change the category, the slider doesn't change, so it's not different values for each category. So why do I care what the net weight of this stuff is? There's a category that says Mandala beware. So, wonder... I'm probably missing a a critical piece of information. But it probably has something to do with the code to that door. Still can't get anything useful out of that.
The screen's probably not connected. I'd better save my... All this vandalism. Maybe people are right. Perhaps too much trancing really is warping my morals and principles. Man, I can't wait to get back in the trance.
Such an addict. I'll look for little places that I've maybe missed. Can I walk and have the map scroll at all? Looks like I have the bulletins, the door, the air conditioner, the mug. And none of it is useful. Oh man. Oh, you can't reach it from here. Maybe there's something having to do with the air conditioner?
Nah. Sure, if I feel...
Why did he get shot? He's unconscious. Oh. Wetware connection to the actual guard.
It's amazing how many people don't put enough security on their Gibsons. They assume they've got enough willpower to stop intruders on their own.
Okay. So we're just gonna talk to him.
Where am I? How did I even get here?
On a beach.
Don't you remember? You're at the beach.
This is nice.
You're relaxed, aren't you?
I am, yeah. This place is nice.
You're comfortable with telling me your secrets, aren't you? Anything you want to share?
You know, Ethan got himself killed on that botched factory raid. I'm not going to his funeral. And even though I didn't like him, it's making me really guilty.
Okay. Let's try a different approach. The guy they've got filling your job while you're here on vacation. He can't do the job without the access code.
That's not my problem.
Oh, but they'll think it is. They'll say you didn't set him up properly.
You're right.
Tell me what the access code is. I'll take it to him.
Sure. It's 44138. Wait, this doesn't make sense.
Dreams usually don't, do they?
Sucker. 44138. I wonder if I could have done that, like if I had played through the game, if I could have just put that in and gotten access, or if it's generated, or there's a flag that I have to talk to them before it'll work.
Now we just wait and...
Alright, let's get it loaded. Yeah, you know how bitchy the doc gets waiting. Hang on. The measurement's all wrong.
Oh shit.
What? Eddie must have screwed it up. The manifest says it should be showing lighter.
Oh.
Idiot. Send it back and get him to recheck the weights.
Okay. A121. This is where that comes into play. A121. How do I know? Oh, wait. There is a scale here, right? Oh, whoops. I clicked off the screen. Okay, so it looks like 45. I have to add 45. To A A121. 75 should do it. It's a pretty simple puzzle.
Here we go again.
It's cool.
Let's see if Addie's got it right this time. Okay, weight's looking good. Try the scanner.
Hang on. The scanner's reading the contents as organic. Addie's got it listed as inorganic.
Ah, typical. Send it back. Tell him to get his act together. He should make sure the manifest matches what's in the box. We can't exactly open them all to check. We'd be here all night.
Okay. It's gotta be organic. A121. 75 kilograms of coffee. Transplant material human. I wonder if that would work. It's gotta, right? Let's try that.
Here we go again.
Let's see if Addie's got it right this time. Okay, weight's looking good. Try the scanner.
Scans show organic, same as the manifest.
Fantastic. Get it aboard. Kriesel and the doc want to cast off.
Kriesel.
The signal's going crazy. I must be on top of... Huh?
The fuck? This is back at the beginning of the game. The hell? So weird.
The simulations exceeded its buffer. Took her long enough. I think Jinsel did a pretty good job on that one.
Why'd you have to get someone like Jinsel involved in it, though?
Because when I asked you to do it, you apparently couldn't keep your thirst for revenge in check. Or should I say Baxter's thirst for revenge? I don't see why you store the targets in your own wiring. It's obviously not good for you.
It's more secure. I suppose Jinsel did their job.
Got her to walk right in the front door. Even packaged and delivered herself. Ha! We have some big plans for you, sister.
This is the place.
Oh shit, so Jinsel is working with the Mindjacker? Hell, man. Oh, my turn. An old wreck of an aerostat sits on the dockyard. While the lack of guards on the airfield is good news in the immediate sense, it suggests that the airship's interior is just going to be better patrolled. Time to patrol. Input drivers disabled. Abort, retry, or fail. Yes. Oh, look how teeny I am. The way the containers are spread out between the hangar and the aerostat, you guess they're in the middle of loading. After being moved from the hangar, it looks like the crates are sealed for transit. You can't find a way into these ones. Can't just go directly to it? Oh shit. Hide. There we go. Patrolling back and forth across the cargo bay. It's a wonder the guard hasn't worn a hole in the floor. Do I just shoot him with my jolt gun? Is there another way of doing this?
The way out.
Conspicuously large hatch in the floor is apparently how crates are lifted into the cargo bay. So as soon as he starts moving back this way, I run for the console and press it. Yeah. Bitch. Goggles. Thermal goggles.
Thermoptic goggles. Same ones I've seen the strike team using. Shows heat sources as an image. Thermoptic goggles.
I'm gonna use them. Whoa.
What do I look like? That's what I've got left.
You remember seeing a hot spot through the thermal vision underneath here.
Thermoptic.
God damn it. Okay, so there's junctions here. 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 So what are they for? It's locked with a password. How quaint. It will still need to be breached before the terminal can be accessed. Someone working aboard the aerostat has apparently forgotten to shut down their terminal after using it. You wonder how someone forgets something so basic these days, especially after all the informative cartoons in school. Oh, there's a locker. It's no wonder this aerostat's such a heap. They've almost run out of maintenance supplies. More so now that you've helped yourself. Bolt gun.
An industrial rivet gun. Uses compressed air to punch finger-length bolts through metal surfaces. I wonder if they ever have to use this from the outside while in flight.
Just fix it midair. Let's see if... Oh shit.
Stop squirming, will you?
That operator will shoot me down the moment I open the door. Nah.
Bolt gun. Into the terminal.
I'm not sure what I would...
Okay. Let's go upstairs then. The hatch has been locked from the other side. Hatch leading to the upper deck. What? So what do I do? Did I miss some place? I guess I could go down. No, it doesn't let me. I don't think I missed anything, right? There's got to be something with the junctions. I guess I can use the goggles here. The fuck is that? Thinness of the steel wall has allowed the thermal outline of the hired heavy to be visible from this side. Oh shit.
Ah!
Wrecked. Get wrecked.
Thank God you're here!
Who are you?
You've got to get me out of here! They kidnapped me 2 weeks ago!
No.
I've been forced to conduct research for them in this aerostat.
Research? What kind of research?
Human experimentation. This poor girl. You see that hardware in the corner?
What the hell did you...
The upper level is clear, but I... Oh. Huh.
Gave him a shot in the back. Your problem is, you overcomplicate things.
Still conscious?
That's how the wetware works. You can't rip his memory, though. He isn't wired.
I'm aware, Ms. Vargas. Take his weapon. This is something I've been looking forward to for a long time.
Ugh, no you haven't. Baxter was looking forward to it.
She's done with this shit.
What's that? I can't hear you.
It's quite a powerful paralytic, isn't it? An unfortunate yet necessary part of our mutual friend here's role.
My targets have to be conscious when I pull the contents of their minds. I'd love to rip the Regis clean out of your head as well.
I told you, he's not wired.
I know, but I know what'll really get to him. What's this? An embryo? It's rather a contentious issue for us, isn't it? Rather a bit of history between us over these little things. Oops. Fragile things, the unborn. Don't worry. Plenty more where that came from.
I think.
I think this one is going to grow up to be a great success. World leader, Nobel laureate, maybe follow in their father's footsteps. Oops, all gone. Vicky would be so proud, wouldn't she?
Cressel.
After all, you showed her how important those things were. More than anything else in the world, apparently.
Baxter! You seriously need professional help.
I agree.
Ma'am, Smart Cam feed shows another cell agent just boarded the Aerostat. Female, about 1.75 meters.
Huh. Should have known she'd still be after her partner. Commander, prepare to weigh anchor. Cressel, deal with our new cell intruder. Then resolve whatever issues you have with Dr. Regis.
With pleasure. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, that's not loud.
Gotcha.
Wow, nice throw, Chantel.
Did I do good, Dr. Max?
Oh,
You did
yeah,
great. I'd better find where Regis went.
Oh, that's awesome. So, he pulled out 3 frozen embryos and cracked them. At the beginning of the game, there was 4. And he sent me pictures because he was blackmailing me and I didn't know who he was. And I talked back to him instead of just saying okay, and he broke one. So I wonder if I hadn't done that at the beginning of the game, if he had gone through all of them still, or if there'd still be one left.
You're a lot stronger than you look. Not hurting him too much, are you? He technically has rights.
I'm only applying 55 kilopascals of pressure on his upper thorax. It'd take at least another 10 to pose a threat to his long-term viability.
Raise it another 3 then.
Okie dokie.
That's great. What's the injector full of? Hypodermic injector gun loaded with isomeris. Oh, that's from before. Wow.
Hey, stop! What the hell's going on in here? Regis!
This man's apparently taken several industrial rivets in the back. You're not sure you want to imagine the circumstances that led Regis to this. Poor girl's unconscious. You're not sure what they were doing to her in this lab, but there have always been rumors about unethical private contractors abducting thralls off the street for research. Somehow, though, this girl's face seems oddly familiar. Did Lau ever meet her? I forget. Regis has been incapacitated. He's conscious, but apparently paralyzed. The number of specialized wetware substrates throughout the room gives you a clue as how they might have done it.
Regis, can you hear me? Better figure out how to fix you.
Look at the screen. Effectiveness report. The use of a wetware-based incapacitating agent has proven fortuitous. In the course of his work, Mr. Creasel has found the 414B wetware to be effective at subduing the targets while retaining consciousness, but also acts as a primer for the extraction process. The choice of wetware, rather than a conventional chemical paralytic, also enables a much less precise delivery vector suitable for covert work. The only downside thus far has been 414B's susceptibility to wetware's inherent weaknesses, temperature, bodily rejection. So we heat him up, and we come cuddle with him.
Regis, can you... Better figure... I've got my own. Regis's wouldn't work for me anyway. They're signature weapons.
Number 1 stunner. Locked. Apparently this terminal will take a little breaking before it reveals its secrets to you. Let's interface with the bitch. Wait, what? Baxter and Baxter? What the fuck is going on? So Baxter isn't really dead? That wasn't really his body at the lab? Certainly looks like Dr. Baxter, according to the background reports you were given. Dr. Baxter's body sits slumped in its chair, apparently the recent victim of a mind-jacking attack. He looks a lot more complete than when you last saw him, though. Oh, maybe these are just previous... I don't know. Even if it weren't for the fact you stored the image in your wiring, you'd remember this face anywhere after his escape at Animus. For a man about to pulverize someone's head with a claw hammer, he looks remarkably cool and confident, as though this is just a step in a larger plan. Even if... oh. I was about to read the whole thing again.
Excuse me?
Hello there.
Who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself, my dear. My name is Dr. Baxter. I operate the cataloging station.
Baxter? Dr. Adam Baxter?
I believe so, yes.
Is this where he's storing the personalities or something?
Excuse me if this sounds a little rude, but aren't you dead?
How do you mean?
Well, yesterday I was probing your well-preserved remains at a crime scene.
Oh, yes. You're quite right. I was killed, wasn't I? It's strange because I could have sworn I was the one doing it.
Not the blonde man? The mindjacker?
It was definitely him, no doubt about it. One can't exactly commit suicide with a hammer, can they? I'm aware that I was murdered, but I have a surprisingly vivid memory of it.
You remember being murdered?
Not precisely. It's as though it were an out-of-body experience. I have memory of watching the hammer striking from above. My hands, his hands, so bloody. It's all very peculiar, isn't it?
And you see no difficulty between being dead and talking to me.
That is most odd.
So he remembers the things that happened after he got extracted from his body.
Do you know a Dr. Regis?
I know two, in fact. Charles and Viksha. I killed Viksha, didn't I?
So I've heard.
It's very peculiar. I remember that I did it, but I can't recall the deed, nor my feelings on the matter.
You feel nothing?
I know I ought to. An act such as that would be emotionally weighty, but all that remains is an absence. Do give my regards to Charles if you see him, though.
Maybe Baxter was innocent after all.
How do you feel about Dr. Regis? Charles Regis?
I feel nothing, particularly. I regret his decision to remove the embryos from the program, but...
Nothing else? No anger? No revenge?
None at all.
Maybe it's the influence of the neural governor on your behavior.
By no means. The weight of that cruel apparatus has been lifted.
I guess because you're no longer attached to it.
And yet, I feel nothing that would warrant it.
Huh.
Can you remember who killed you?
It was the blonde gentleman, wasn't it? Though I can recall it in the first person, I'm certain it was him.
How so?
He was my only company in the room, and I do not recognize him. I also realize how absurd the idea of my having committed this murder would be.
Do you know why he murdered you?
At first, I don't believe it was to have been a murder. This gentleman had larceny in mind. I recall his feeling so.
Mindjacking. He was stealing the contents of your neurowiring, your brain.
Quite so. I was, after all, a leader in my field in the day. And while my memory was doubtless useful to him, he found something unexpected. A well of motivation, suppressed by years of therapy and technological intervention.
Your anger against Regis.
He took my mind. No doubt he acquired that as well.
Why would anyone want to keep that part of your mind? What use would someone have for your desire for revenge?
Perhaps it isn't a matter of his need as the desire's need. Though suppressed by the governor, my thoughts on the matter were all-consuming. Now they have found a conduit through which they may act.
The Mindjacker isn't in as much control as he'd like to think then.
So he just kind of absorbed Baxter's need for revenge against Charlie when he did that. It's not like he really has anything personal against him. He's just kind of like, well, shit. I have this revenge now, and I gotta act.
This might sound like a really stupid question, but what's death like?
I can see why this would be a useful matter for scientific curiosity. In my case, I'm afraid it's probably not representative. After all, can I really be said to be dead when my memory, my consciousness, lives on?
I suppose all you could remember would be the physical destruction of yourself.
And that, most assuredly, was a great discomfort.
Yeah, I still don't get it though. Like, if his consciousness is stored in this machine, then why does what's his name still harbor all of that revenge feeling towards Charlie?
Thanks for the...
You are most...
So, is there anything else we can do other than leave? That's weird. It was an interesting interaction. So I don't think it's the case that Baxter's innocent. It was probably just the fact that he was pulled from his body, and something about the neural governor was just making him draw a blank on all those feelings.
She's out of it.
Oh, help her out of it. Stab him in the leg.
Oh, my head.
Thanks, Max. Great job saving my ass and everything.
Yeah, and sticking me with an injector. You suddenly a medic?
Just a lucky hunch. You going to fill me in on what's going on here?
Later. Update me on the immediate situation first.
Well, the bad news is I saw someone escape through the hatch at the top of that ladder.
Damn. It sounded like she was one of the ringleaders of this plan.
On the other hand, our newest recruit just made her first caller.
New recruit.
Oh yeah, you're going to love this.
This is great.
Ah, damn it, I don't believe it!
It ran out of charge again, didn't it?
She must have overexerted herself. Damn it! I had him right here.
Whoa, what's happening? The aerostat's taking off.
Where are they taking it?
It doesn't matter. Wherever it is, we need.
You alright, Charlie? I'm not sure how much of that stuff I was supposed to give you.
I'll be fine.
You're in no fit state for any more trouble. Stay down here, try and figure out what they're doing with the girl. I'll find a way to the upper deck.
Okie dokie.
Chantel? Damn! I'll see if I can get her up and running again once this is all resolved.
I need to get those goggles from Regis.
Hey, Regis.
Yes, Dr. Lau?
Find anything useful yet?
Just a length of cable.
Why would I need a steel cable?
You're the tech, you figure it out. I also picked these up while I was finding my way in.
Now that's more like it.
There you go.
Chantal's really pulling her weight in this job.
It's a shame it couldn't hold down Cressel, the mindjacker.
Cressel.
Hey, cut her some slack. She took down 2 heavies on the tarmac.
I'm not going to make any promises about taking her on full time.
You're just worried about synthetic stealing your job.
You may as well take this now. You seem to be the maid wrangler.
Personality splitter.
Dr. Baxter says hi. He seems a lot friendlier than I expected.
What?
Oh, don't panic. It appears he remembers his own ripping and death. Looks like we can be sure he was the Mindjacker's latest victim. A significant part of his mind state's been offloaded into this system.
But why did you see him? Why is he in there?
They've been ripping minds and reprogramming the data through a memory module. I guess Baxter's the latest and still has the most independent agency. Doesn't sound like he harbors any ill will towards you, though.
Maybe the neural governor? He wouldn't be able to get angry.
Well, he's dead. There's no governor. I think that this ghost of his in the machine doesn't include that part of him.
You mean this Mindjacker's kept it?
Oh, that's why.
Or just can't get rid of it. I'll check in later.
Okay, let's see what's on this body. On the body, you find his unusable weapon and the communication gear hooked into his neural wiring.
I've got my own. Hey, Regis, you want your stunner back?
Later. Gotta help this poor girl first.
She's out.
Okay, so now we can actually do something with those junctions that we found in the hallway here. Use a thermal visor.
That's one of the power junctions pulled. That's another done.
I guess we're just disabling them. I thought we were gonna
How
have
many
to
of
run
these
that
things are
cable
there?
somewhere.
General alarm. Starboard control services compromised.
Oh, okay, this is open now. Oh. What? When I tried to do that on Charlie, it said that before I even climbed up. Now it makes me go all the way up there. Some bullshit. Can I give some cable
That's
to
not
Chantel?
possible. Everything that was her is now in my pockets.
Alright, so I'm sure I put her in the terminal, maybe? No. Open crate.
I wonder what this was for.
Armor-piercing ammunition?
A box of 16mm depleted uranium armor-piercing ammunition, arranged on belts. They'd make a pretty serious mess out of anything, if Regis would let me carry anything big enough to fire them, that is. Hey, this one's...
Nothing else. Whee!
Oops.
Bombs away. Achievement unlocked. Bombs away after I did that. Doesn't appear to be operated by hand. Your sense for systems tells you the console... Oh, that's when I clicked on the door by accident. Here we go. Man, how many engines does this thing have? Or rather, how many do I have to take out before we see a difference? What are those? Oh, those are just the pipes. Two meters of industrial alloy cable, strong enough to lift a small house, yet still extremely flexible. I can't get the battery out of her, I guess. Can Lau do anything with this terminal? Nope. Let's see what we can do with this hatch.
Locked.
Of course. Hatch at the top of the ladder leads to the upper deck. Apparently the girl you saw escaping through it has locked it behind her.
Nope. That's not the... Not so...
So we need something to use the cable and the scalpel on.
A box if Regis... That's not...
I wonder if we can somehow use that ammo to open up the hatches.
Huh?
Is there something else I could have done out here? Now non-functional, the turbine no longer creates the powerful force of suction. That the aerostat continues to move suggests at least one more engine somewhere else on the hull.
It's a long way down. Sorry, I forgot to...
It's already plenty broken enough for your purposes. Corey, thanks for the sub, man. I appreciate it. You lurking again and not helping me out here? How long have you been in here? You have any ideas of what to do? Just popped in. Alright, so then you're probably pretty confused as to where we are, but basically we were in a plane, and we're trying to bring the plane down, and we already threw some armor-piercing rounds into one of the engines. And we took out a bunch of junctions to mess with the other side, so... There's at least one more. There's a couple of locked hatches. Want to check out the new name, new look. Well, what do you think? It's got to be a password for this terminal. Locked with the password, how quaint. Still need to be breached before the terminal can be accessed. I wonder if I can interface with that screen.
Wetware's not going...
Oh, I can probably interface with that terminal, right? Since you haven't been a drunken duo in quite some time, I guess a change was needed. Yeah, that was kind of my thinking behind it. Galatea. There's no to field. Whose terminal is this? You misunderstand. The aerostat uses non-flammable lifting gas and not inflammable. These two are opposites. The turret or any other gunfire will not cause an explosion of gas. This is elementary school chemistry / English. Please don't give me further reasons to doubt your competence. This is Vargas's daughter. Cobalt Actual. Dear colleagues, cremation and inhumation for Ethan Drummer, formerly Cobalt 6 KIA, will take place at the conclusion of the operation. Until then, please limit disruption to duty. Please limit disruption to duty in acts of remembrance. Ethan Drummer. I wonder which one that was. Yeah, the aerostat's a floating pile of garbage, but it's safer than the last job. If Doc wants you to fix something, you fix it. Control for the flaps has been wired through the 4 junction points in the lower hallway. We already took care of those. Centralized revenue. Dear Mr. Keach, following surveillance of your net activity and your public behavior, it appears that you're working as a paramilitary contractor, without having declared this source of income to the Centralized Revenue and Customs Department. Please complete attached form ND1A, or you may be subject to further investigation. Compose a new message. Nope. Okay, so that didn't give us anything new, other than information that maybe I can use that to talk to Regis.
Hey Regis,
Yes, Dr. Lau?
Can I get an update?
We need to get after the people running this aerostat and this conspiracy. I'll see what I can do for this girl.
You feeling any better?
A little. How did you know to come to my rescue?
I broke their comms channels, figured I owed it to them, cracked the bug they put in my system, and rode the signals back to theirs.
I'll never be able to figure out how you do these things, Max.
Which guarantees my job security. So, Nita Jiang led us to these people. She's helping us find whoever set you up for Baxter's murder, right?
There's that. And... Max, I haven't been completely honest with you.
There's a surprise. Dr. Cryptic has been withholding info.
Ah, cram it, Lau. These people, they took something from me. Embryos fertilized by myself and by Vicky, my wife.
Nina's led us right to the Mindjacker?
He was the blonde one Chantel took down. I heard him gloat about what he'd done. He stores the target's information within his own wiring until he can offload it.
Looks like he's got quite an operation behind him. I guess it's not surprising he's been robbing synapses all over the world. Gotta be for something more than corporate espionage at this rate.
How many different characters do you play? Mainly it's just been these three right here, but it's not something that I can switch back and forth. It's more like parts of the story that automatically changes me around. There have been maybe just one other character, like Charlie's wife. We played her briefly in a flashback, but for all the big parts of the story, it's been these three. You were that dude and that short-haired chick, and it seems like another person at some point. Yeah, it's these three. These two are the police officer types, and then the chick on the table is the one that we started the game with and kept going back to every now and then. She's like a pretty much a vagrant. She has no job, no house. She was like on government-assisted housing. She's addicted to their version of the internet, which is like a Matrix, trance thing.
These people stole your embryos? Your kids?
They needed me to get their memory module for them from Vanderwall, and they knew exactly what my price would be.
Wait, they tried to get you to help them?
They forced me, Max. There was no way I could say no. Those embryos, they were all I had left of her. And because of those people, of all this,
I hate to say it, Regis, but I kind of understand.
they asked me to do terrible things for the return of the embryos.
Whether it's because they're a link to Viksha or because you're their father, I don't even want to think of what I'd have done in your position.
The embryos are gone. He destroyed them.
Regis, I'm sorry.
There's nothing left. There's nothing else he can twist me with. All we can do is bring that monster in. For them.
I wonder if something's gonna happen with Central. Like, weren't they using their embryos for research to develop Central, the AI? I wonder if there's still an embryo left that's powering Central or something weird like that.
So, the Mindjacker tried to blackmail you because you're on this case?
It's more than that. It sounded personal.
Maybe you've crossed paths before?
No, not with him. But the way he talked, it was like he was out for revenge. And not just that, it's as if he were Baxter looking for revenge.
That's impossible. Baxter's dead for one thing. Maybe he's his son?
No, he's a Mindjacker. When he drained Baxter, he didn't just get information. He got his motivation as well, and it stuck.
Sounds like he got a lot more than he bargained for.
There's a lot of dialogue trees right now. Mindjacker. Yeah. Your future career. Kind of just sounds like a euphemism, like somebody, I don't have any physical material. Guess I'm a Mindjacker tonight.
So, we've caught up with our Mindjacker. We know that he's apparently ripped dozens of prominent individuals in a number of fields.
Including Baxter, some of whom is apparently stuck. Question is, what's all this setup?
What do they plan on doing with the data they've stolen? Straight neural data is hard to process. That is, unless you've got an AI to read it.
Whatever it is, it must involve this girl.
Who was escaping through the ceiling hatch? It wasn't the mindjacker, was it?
No, he's the one Chantel caught, briefly. By the sound of it, the mindjacker's working for her.
His work is part of a larger plan of hers, then?
Possibly. She's the one running this lab, for sure.
So, this Kressel guy, the mindjacker, he killed Baxter?
And by the sound of it, ripped the contents of his mind first.
When I saw Baxter's head, I thought that either his killer really hated him.
Like I would. Or he was covering up evidence of a mindjacking by destroying his brain tissue.
It's a theory. Sounds like we might be able to back it up. So, what do we do from here?
Now we know this is where the mindjacker's operating from.
We need to find out what their plans for all those stolen memories are.
We'd better find out where this aerostat's going, too.
The best way of covering all those would be apprehending these people.
Did we already... I think we talked about the strange terminal,
Dr. Baxter's... He seems a lot...
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
don't look like...
But...
They've been, I guess, dozens?
Maybe the neural governor?
Well, I think...
You mean...
Or just... Any idea how many heavies they've got left?
At least 2 more, but I don't know for sure.
Me neither. They've got some pretty slick encryption on their comm traffic.
Are you saying that even you can't breach it?
Not remotely. But maybe if I could find something connected to their comm network.
Oh, like the guard.
I'll check in.
Let's interface with the guard.
I've breached their comm system. Now it thinks my traveler's part of their network.
Let's see what we can do.
Cobalt 3, this is actual. Do you, copy? Over.
Cobalt 3, standing by.
Cobalt 3, what is your status?
Cobalt 1 and 2 secure. Assets en route to target.
Copy that.
Intruder sighted to the port, starboard. Abandon the mission. Why do I think that's not gonna work?
Cobalt 3, mission is compromised. Scrub the operation and return to base.
What? Negative, actual. Il Sitrep shows objectives not compromised.
Damn, worth a shot. Cobalt 3, hostile sighted to starboard side.
Copy that. Already in position for intercept.
Let's try
Cobalt
the other
3,
side.
do you... Stand by for...
Misclicks, man.
Cobalt 3, this is... Do you... Cobalt 3, hostile sighted to port side.
Okay, are they not gonna respond?
Cobalt, do you... Cobalt...
Why won't they
Cobalt,
respond
do
when
you...
I say that?
Cobalt...
Copy that.
So I thought we had the next thing. Ask them to report their status. Oh, after doing that.
Cobalt, do you...
Cobalt
3...
UAV has deployed, awaiting further updates.
Cobalt...
It just closes it all together when I do
Cobalt,
port.
do you...
Cobalt 3. All systems go. Awaiting hostile contact.
Copy that. Stand by.
Copy that.
Okay. I mean, we still have this scalpel and the cable that we haven't used yet. And throwing the AP ammunition into the engine didn't use it all up. Where's that blonde chick out in the hallway and see if they're there? I only have access to this room and that room. This one is the door to outside.
Cobalt, do you...
Cobalt 3 standing by.
Cobalt...
Copy that.
Sorry.
I like that falling over animation. What do I use
Not
the
something
cable on, though? Oh, wait, pipe.
That should be safer. Sorry.
Aha. Oh, and then I use this
Cobalt 3, do you...
Cobalt 3.
Cobalt.
Copy that.
to move them around. Good thinking, Corey.
Verify
Oh, shit.
identity. Voice print required.
Cobalt 1, 8 Sigma.
Voice print confirmed. Please exit targeting zone. Verify
I...
Password incorrect.
Okay. Though it appears to have been broken in the past, the staples holding the temporary patch in place are too strong to be removed by hand, so we'll use the scalpel. A ragged patch on the side of one of the gas bags, rippling as helium gas escapes from its high-pressure container. Okay. They ED-209 your ass. Please step away. Visor appears to be out of charge.
Can I get an update?
I think I've managed to bring the girl's Delta Wave activity down. How about you?
I made it to the upper deck.
Excellent. What can you see?
Armed guard and a UADS auto turret.
Be careful. Those things only take orders from the exact voices they recognize.
Can I call them off?
Cobalt, do you, copy? Over.
Cobalt 3 standing by.
Oh. The gas is gonna make his voice higher. The gun's not gonna recognize it, so he's gonna shoot him.
Cobalt 3, hostile sighted to port side.
Copy that. Moving into position.
Verify identity. Voice print required.
Cobalt 1, 8, hey, what happened?
Voice print not identified.
No, wait, it's Cobalt 1, 8 Sigma.
Voice print not identified. Terminating security threat.
Wait, stop.
Warning, ammunition depleted.
Well, that's convenient, right?
Target acquired. Warning, ammunition entering power.
Yeah, you better.
Yep, they keep helium in here as well.
I just kick him. Whack. He got what was coming to him.
Hello?
User IFF not found. Consider hostile.
Blast that door.
Error. Unauthorized.
Oh, so you won't... I suppose you were just trying to kill me a minute ago.
Wonder if I can interface with it.
Wetware's not going... Locked.
Interface with
Wetware's
this body?
not...
Well, at least I can unlock this, so I can... So now I can access that. If there's been any progress in here.
Hey, Regis.
Yes, Doc.
Chantal's really pulling her weight in
we
this
already
job.
did this.
I'm not...
That's
for
never
what?
out. I'll check.
Do we need to do something about Chantal?
Next time we'll get the model with longer battery life. Chantal? Damn! I'll see if I can get her up and running.
Okay, so what do I do here? Why did I need that helium? Tear can't be widened, and you've certainly no desire to repair it. The blonde chick is a robot? Yeah, she's a synth. I don't know if you were here for that, but there's a part in the game where we're at this guy's house who got murdered, and there is a synthetic maid. It's that chick. Core just ranked up to level 6.
Yep, they keep... Yep, they...
Font, Mindjacker, rope. Wait, what? What do I do to this turret? Oh shit. I'm guessing I don't want to give ammunition to the
user.
I can't understand what you're saying. What?
Get that door open! I don't know what you're doing.
You never know what you're doing. How are you supposed to know what I'm doing?
What's your primary mission?
Objective, neutralize intruders.
Don't?
Error.
I'm not sure I should be resupplying. All the thanks I'll get is it turning...
Yeah. Ferocious-looking automated turret has been set up on the catwalk, likely to stop you getting at the aerostats control center. I need to turn it around, right?
How do you feel?
Power systems, nominal. Primary mission heuristics, active. Ammunition, depleted.
Hungry then. Don't.
Error.
So how do I turn it around? Just turn it around, turn it around.
As much as I love shot... Cobalt, do you... Nobody home.
That's how I go about my dating life. What is your status? Currently scared because you're yelling at me. Okay, so I'm almost certain I have to turn this gun around, give it the armor-piercing ammunition, and shoot through the door. What does this gas tap have to do with anything, though?
I can't... As much as I...
Yep, they keep helium in here as well.
That doesn't need surgery, apparently. Oh! The splitter!
Hello?
Hi there.
How do you feel?
I'm just dandy, thanks. Except I'm all out of ammo.
Sorry about that. I'll see what I can do. What's your primary mission?
You asked me to come help on your case, Dr. Max.
Okay, that's Chantel.
Blast that door. Well?
I'm real sorry, Dr. Max. I just don't know how to drive this thing.
What?
I could make you a martini, though. Would that help?
Okay, so I need to make sure that the roll is still turret.
Hello?
Hi.
Blast that...
Click.
Sorry, I'm all out of bullets.
Okay. Now I can give him the bullets.
Here you go.
Nom nom nom.
Nom nom nom.
Hello?
Hi.
Blast that door.
Stop! Stop! Just stop shooting at us! You'll blow the whole damned aerostat up!
I'm about to come in. Place your hands above your heads and remain where you are. Regis, I've got the suspects holed up. What's your status?
Good job, Lau. I've been doing some digging in here. Apparently, their intended destination is Fulcrum Tower.
The tower? In an aerostat? Why?
Let me send you the files.
Freeze!
Shit. Okay, so this chick thinks that Charlie's trying to kill her, but he's not. I forgot about that. Hi there.
Hi there. Are you alright?
Get nuked. You're the one who tried to kill me in the first place.
Why would you say that?
I saw the data feed from 14E. You were there. You planted the bomb.
Who showed you that feed? Do you trust them?
It's still a pretty big coincidence you being here too.
I'm a cell agent. I came looking for a missing girl. It's my job.
All I know is you're still following me and I need to get out of here. Get out of my way or I'll shoot.
No, you won't.
I won't tell it's a signature weapon. I'm gonna kind of go on the you're a good person.
I can see it in your eyes, and the way you're holding that weapon. You don't want to shoot. You're a good person.
You don't know me!
Deep down, you know I just want to help you, and you want that help too. You're not going to shoot me. That's how I...
Regis, you still there?
Uh-oh.
I guess he was wrong. I should have, Wait, it is a signature weapon. How did she fire it?
You still in there?
Yes, just don't shoot, please.
Can I get an update?
I think I've managed to bring the girl's Delta...
I made it to the upper deck.
Excellent. What can you see? Be careful.
Hello?
Hi there.
Keep at it.
Roger.
I'm not going back out. Anyone comes through that door, Chantel, you make them regret that decision.
Got it.
Let me go check on Charlie real quick.
Regis! You just shot a cell agent trying to help you.
He tried to kill me!
Hang on, Regis. Wait a minute. I know you. You're the girl who was with Dr. Vargas. Galatea, right?
Gala what?
You alright?
I'll be fine. Apparently it wasn't as empty as I thought. The counter must have had a charging plate.
More to the point, how did she shoot you with your own signature weapon?
I'm not sure.
Hold still. Just need to scan you.
That's the last embryo.
Regis, why does this girl have half of your genome?
What?
This girl, who yesterday was introduced as Dr. Vargas's daughter.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Vargas doesn't have a daughter. Oh my god.
He took
my
one of the embryos.
God, he couldn't have.
What? What is it?
That son of a bitch. I know who you are, and I'm so sorry.
Oh
you can't withdraw the embryo now! We're finished without it!
What part of no wasn't clear, Baxter? We've decided not to use our embryos in the project. We'll find another way to do it.
You don't know what's at stake! Our reputations, our whole careers could be made or broken by this!
Dr. Baxter, we've made our decision.
He's poisoned you against us! Don't let his antiquated morals stand in the way of what we can achieve here!
Thanks to Charlie, I've seen things from a more holistic perspective. There's more to life than the project.
Bah!
Thanks, Vicky.
Thank you, Charlie. We're starting our lives together, and that's what's most important to me. Ah! Adam, what are you doing?
Do you know what will happen when this project fails? There's nowhere left to go for me after this. My career is in ruins. I've no future without this project. Do you see, Dr. Regis? You have ended me!
Oh, shit.
You have ended me!
He just chokes her out.
Vicky.
My God. So that means that this girl is...
They must have continued their research after I left the project. Duplicated the embryo to use as a baseline.
Wait, that means I'm your... Oh, Nuke, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Max, this is my daughter. What was that?
I figured there was an embryo left, but I didn't think it'd be
The engines have cut out.
grown.
Or we've arrived. Uh-oh.
Damn, they got past.
Looks like we're not just stopped. We're docked. Uh-oh. I recognize that office.
Oh, shit. Man. Oh, now I can switch between characters at will. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. This opens up a little bit of a complexity to the game here. Oh no.
Come on, let's get...
Galatea, my dear, don't do this!
It's too late to stop me now, Father.
Damn it.
She sealed the elevators. I'll try a breach.
Charlie, we must stop them. I fear her plans risk endangering the entire city.
Cram it, you son of a bitch. You cloned my embryos after Vicky was gone. Then you continued the experiments after I was out of the picture.
Dr. Regis, I can only imagine how you must feel.
What did I just say? You don't get to talk. Max, what do we know about this? About Galatea's plan?
Well, she has a dense storage module full of stolen mind states. And apparently she's now taken Central's processor core by force.
So are Latha and Galatea clones of each other?
Maybe she's holding the city to ransom? Like 20 billion quanta before sunrise or I destroy Central?
That sounds like a bit of a cliche.
Doesn't explain the mind jackings either.
Fine, you're the detective. You come up with something better.
I fear that I know what she intends. As it stands, Central serves not merely to coordinate city operations.
It doesn't?
No, Dr. Lau. In fact, this may represent one of mankind's greatest achievements. I have been using its position, one of absolute trust and resources, to teach it.
Teach it? About what?
About life, the world, the human condition, what it means to share the world with us. I and the city have given it a position on high, from which it can observe everything.
At the cost of its duties to the city?
I believe not, Dr. Regis. However, Galatea shared your concern. She believes it important that Central's intellect be suitably equipped sooner rather than later.
Oh, God. Regis, what do we have to do to the maid when we wanted it to behave in a different way?
We gave it a new personality.
She's taken the mind states of experts across a number of fields. She wants to combine them into a gestalt all-knowing personality for Central.
Galatea wishes to skip over the years of education it may otherwise have taken and create an all-knowing leader for the city overnight.
With a combined experience of about 8 centuries from the mind-jacking victims.
Please, you must stop her. She'll have to upload the gestalt personality from the cortex matrices at the top of the tower.
We'll stop her, but I'm not doing this for you, Central, or the city. It's for the people whose lives have been the cost of your glorious work. For Vicky, for our kids. Come on, Lau.
Nina, I did not know you were still here.
Nobody else is doing any work. It looks like it's up to me to salvage this project.
Don't get me wrong. I appreciate your attitude. But we have lost half of our team in one fell swoop. Poor Viksha. I cannot say that I blame Charlie for removing the embryos from the project after that.
Embryos.
I know that look, Nina. There is something that you are hiding.
Maybe.
My God, this data.
Here's the thing about embryos. While they're at the 6 to 8 cell stage, they're very easy to split. It's been the basis of cloning for a century. It's how twins are made.
You duplicated Viksha and Charlie's embryo.
He's happy he's got his embryo back. I'm happy that I've got another 3 full embryos to continue the project.
I'm not sure what to say.
Say thanks to me, and say nothing to Charlie. When Central is born, he'll assume we found another solution. This can just be our little secret.
Alright. Could you you not go back into the room where the people were hiding out? No, it wouldn't let me. This game's like an Ex Machina Blade Runner mashup. Yeah, it's kind of what it reminds me of. It's been really, really cool so far. I've really liked this game. Be sure to save my game in the shit I killed my kid slot.
We're getting a signal. The antenna's broadcasting. Now use the controls in the turbine room to give us access to the tower's security. We're getting a signal. Now use...
I forgot, we're still helping Nina.
We're getting a... Now use the controls in the
turbine room. The antenna has already been deployed and is apparently working as planned.
My God, they actually did it.
The hell is this?
I ran tests on the prototypes for this stuff in the lab. I never thought they'd make so much of it.
Time to fix some dinner. Keep fighting the Matrix. Will do, man.
No way in hell I'm getting in that thing.
I guess somebody else needs to do that.
Whoa, what is this stuff? What is this stuff? It sure isn't wetware.
Get that chair.
Whoa.
Oh, that bitch.
Mandala.
You two-faced lying backstabber.
I apologize, Mandala.
You sold me out! They knew I was coming! What did you get out of it? How much was I worth?
Mandala, please.
You are going to regret crossing me. I have had enough of being used.
Please, be reasonable.
Get nuked. The only reason you're even here is because you're still relaying through me. Remember this moment. It's the last time you'll ever see the inside of Central.
Get fucked. Data shunt. Central connection to visual systems. Oh geez, the entire city's surveillance system. Tops and the bottoms of these.
Huh. Guess it just got eaten up by the machinery.
Oh, I have to do that, then stop the turbine. Fuck. What? I turned it off. don't get what I'm supposed to do here. Don't understand. Maybe I went in too quickly after I stopped it. I'll try one more time.
Guess.
Well, we'll see if we have to come back to this later. Maybe it's just something that we don't do right now. Let's try this.
Good evening, Miss Sesame.
Central, are you connected to this system as well?
From a certain frame of reference. This system is Central. You are currently interfaced with my core processor.
The room full of orange globes is your core processor?
Only part of it. My processor spans the top 5 floors of Fulcrum Tower.
Damn.
The room in which your body resides is my organic processor network. The simulated environment you currently perceive is an interface that covers my architecture.
I've only ever seen organic computing at the microscale. What's with the huge globes?
Those are neural processors. Each is filled with specialized tissue clusters. Suspended in wetware, they represent thousands of minds worth of processing capability.
You use brain tissue?
Of a specially designed nature in vast quantities. Similar to that found within your own cerebrum.
Why would they create you like that?
It allows for a unique structure to my thought and to my development. Central is no mere civic manager. I was created as the next stage in artificial intelligence.
Do you know what's happening out there?
My flow of data from outside the tower has been severed. It appears that Galatea Vargas is attempting to modify core systems without authorization. Based upon the lockdown and lack of submitted proposals, it is likely to be a radical alteration. This cannot be permitted.
Can you do anything else to help us stop Galatea?
She appears to have barricaded herself within the Cortex processor at the top of the tower. There are 3 layers of redundant security, 2 of which I have no access to whatsoever. However, I can apply my considerable processor volume to decryption of its adaptive barrier.
That's amazing. The power of the city's entire AI versus a door encryption?
But as my connections have been limited by her attack...
Sounded too good to be true.
If extra power can be routed to my systems from the turbine room, I can breach part of the door's security barrier. It would also allow me to prevent any further opportunistic attacks from outside parties.
Let me get back,
please.
I think I have to kind of coordinate with multiple characters here now.
This could be you.
Got that grenade. Body of one of the remaining strike team members. Apparently cell officers managed to bring him down. The power junction for this area has probably got backups, but even a momentary disruption might help you get the drop on the minejacker. The systems for controlling the allocation of power and security guarded by the minejacker until Galatea can finish her mission. So I wonder if I have to stop that turbine and then switch back to Max. An array of hazardous-looking machinery that makes up part of Central's power systems.
The way out. It's a drone that... Hi there. Hey, Latha.
Hi there. Wonder if I can get closer. There we go.
Hi there. Hey, Latha. It's a drone.
Pull the pin, then carefully place the grenade into the drone's storage. Oh geez, I have to be quick. Good thing I've already done this a lot. Why won't it let me click? Oh Jesus. Oh, okay. We have plenty of time.
Regis?
That was close.
Get fucked. I just kicks him.
Now all he gets out of this is one hell of an identity crisis.
Scalpel.
Nah, we'll have plenty of time for that in the compliance suite.
Compliance suite. Enable access. So, are we gonna give it to Nina or to Central? I think I'm on the side of Central. I don't want to overthrow it and put some shabby replacement in there like Nina's group wants to. So I think that's what I'm going to go with.
Thank you. I am beginning the process of removing the scrambler on the server room door. I have removed the scrambler. Partial access restored. We are one step closer to restoring continuity to civic processes.
Central has already been given access to the security system and broken the scrambler on the door. So what do we do with Regis? I guess we'll take him to the top. Lock power, lock command access. Scrambler is being suppressed by outside processing power, but the mag locks are still powered. The door's override has not been activated either. So maybe I need loud to interface with it. The door is resistant to physical damage. Another way to open it will... I'm not trying to do physical damage to it.
Wetware's not going...
Right. Let's see if we can do something here now. We'll talk to Central again.
Central?
Good evening, Latha.
Can you do anything else to help us stop Galatea?
She appears to have barricaded herself within the Cortex processor at the top of the tower. There are 3 layers of redundant security, 2 of which I have no access to whatsoever. However, I can apply my considerable processor volume to decryption of its adaptive barrier.
That's amazing. The power of the city.
But as my
sounded
it
was the same spiel.
Do you know Dr. Regis?
I am aware of the activities of everyone within the city. Regis, Charles, Doctor, Case Specialist, Centralized Emergency Logistics Office.
That's him. He tried to kill me last night.
This is incorrect. Tried implies effort towards a targeted outcome. Analysis of data provided indicates that he has made no attempt on your life.
But my apartment? He destroyed it? He admitted it.
This is correct. It appears that his goal was material destruction under duress. Knowing of your presence, probability that he would have carried out such actions drops to 21.4%.
You're saying he wouldn't have done it?
Dr. Regis is often uncooperative and has a difficult working attitude. Despite such quirks, behavior patterns indicate justice as a key motivator. If he had known of potential civilian casualties, he would likely have sought assistance against said blackmailers from his partner.
So you're saying he's one of the good guys?
As much as could be mathematically determined.
We need to stop Galatea.
Our situation is grave. We are as such all personnel.
So
your unique physiology enables a connection to the organic systems available to no other. In addition, your 65,717 logged hours of transactivity suggest proficiency in this field.
Is it really that many?
Your support within the interactive environment greatly increases our chances of success.
67,000
Let me get back, please.
Hours logged. Holy shit, dude. I thought having like a couple of thousand hours logged in a game was bad. Oh, did that open that? Still the lock power.
Wetware's not... Wetware's...
So there's one more thing that we're missing. The power.
I'd better not touch it.
What does Regis have?
We're getting a signal. Now use the controls in the turbine room.
Can I shoot it? Power systems were apparently able to reroute themselves, though that brief moment helped you stop the minejacker.
That's not possible.
So I don't think I can do anything else here. Is there something else downstairs that I missed? Squish. All you can examine are the man's boots. From the rest of his body remains pressed under the platform. Apparently this man was a technician. You take his wrench.
Bigger than the tools I use. That's not...
Okay, so where does this wrench fit?
Wow, talk about organic computing.
Oh, power conduit. Power conduit runs up the wall further into the tower. Judging by the glow, it's working as expected. Not for long.
Not in this case.
No? What? Lame. I wanted to bust it open. Screens won't control anything, they're just data readouts.
She needs professional help.
Yeah, she does. Alright, so where did we miss? Can we go back? Oh, we can go back.
Yep, they...
God damn it.
Sorry, Doc. They got took 3 of...
Nothing remains in the control room. Yeah. Okay, so there's nothing in here.
Dr. Vargas?
Ah, it is good to see someone remaining level-headed amidst this crisis.
Oh, don't get me wrong. What was done to Regis and to these kids was appalling. But right now, my responsibility as a cell agent is to ensure the city's security and by extension, Central. I haven't seen any other cell corpsmen, live ones. Has support been called?
Yes, but I'm afraid that security barriers are preventing their access.
Galatea.
She has sealed the upper section of the tower, cutting us off.
Cell will probably be organizing dropships to bring them in from above.
Quite so. We will probably see reinforcements soon, but...
She might just have enough time to complete her plan. Looks like it's up to us, for now. I'll try to keep you...
Where do we use this wrench? Max is the engineer, so I'm sure it has something to do with her.
How did I... Not some... Huh?
Maybe I throw a wrench into the turbines. Time to throw a wrench into these planes. Right?
Nope, sorry.
Nope, okay.
Apparently not. How did I... Better not. Better not.
You whore, do something with the wrench. What do we do with this thing? It's gotta be something.
Bigger than the tools I usually use. I'd probably break something if I tried to use it.
Oh, okay, so maybe Charlie has to use it. Whoa.
Take this.
A large, sturdy wrench that was apparently carried by the engineer under the elevator.
Doors resistant to physical damage, blah, 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 blah.
Can't do that.
We're getting us now.
Let's see what Central says.
Dr. Regis, it is reassuring that you have decided to resume contact. You must gain access to the Cortex processor at the top of the tower. Galatea Vargas must not be allowed to carry...
Business like...
We already know that. Wait.
Power conduit beta. Temporary shutdown. Reactivation in 30 seconds.
Go, Dr. Thou, go. Wait, what? Why not?
Power system site.
Why couldn't I use it while the power was down?
Power
Hi.
No, go up. Run, you bastard, run.
I'm not sure what I... Take this.
Power system.
I missed it.
Power conduit reactivation.
Okay, so... What the hell? Hastily assembled security barrier prevents connections to the higher Cortex server. It's likely to be linked to the non-trans security as well. Yeah, so she has to stay there. It's already in its offline cycle. All you can do now is try to deactivate its counterpart before it restarts. Oh. Okay. I understand. The other conduit was...
I'd better not.
Power system.
Okay, so it's talking about the conduit that's completely downstairs in the power core. Processor core. I think. Unless there's another one. Which I don't think there is. Okay.
Power react.
Power that down. Power that
Power
down.
conduit alpha. Temporary shutdown. All power systems cycled. Deactivating security systems.
Okay. See what's through door number 1. Maybe. There we go.
Galatea, step away from the console.
No need for violence. I surrender. You're just slightly too late to stop me, though. Huh?
What is this place?
What the hell? Subject, Fontenay Matthew, Emergency Services Director, SoCal. Population Trends Analyst. Bureau Fed Department of Education, Police Administrator, Orbital Engineer. Financial Manager.
Ah, Dr. Pereira. So good to finally be working with someone of real talent.
No, I'm Mandala.
Ah, I apologize, my dear.
What is this place? We're obviously still in the trance, but...
I had been wondering about that myself.
all of these cages, it's like a prison.
I do not believe so. I know prisons all too well. Having been here for some time, this is more of a waiting room.
What are all these ghosts? They're just standing there, staring.
I've been putting my mind, or what's left of it, to the question. If this is a waiting room, there might perhaps be other guests?
They aren't nearly as detailed as what's left of you. Maybe they needed more of your mind than of theirs.
Perhaps the Watchers have merely resigned themselves to their fate.
Is there a way out of here?
All I can see is nothingness, filled with icosahedral cages. Although, the way you feel...
Me? I feel fine.
No, you are pulling us, drawing us in, as though you are where we ought to be going.
There's no way out through me. Dead end in my brain. Oh, Nuke. That's the whole point.
She's gonna be the new Central.
The personalities in here. The ghosts. I'm connected to a system that's trying to upload them into my wiring. My brain.
Myself included, it would appear. I have enough awareness to understand that this is not a desirable situation for you.
You think?
I shall do what I can to slow them. You must find a way to freeze the march of the mind states.
Wait, why do you think I was Viksha? Dr. Pereira?
The family resemblance is unmistakable.
How can you see my face? We're in the trance.
I see your mind, my dear. Of that similarity, there can be no confusion.
Who are you exactly?
Adam Baxter, Ph.D. Delighted to meet you, Miss Mandala, was it?
You're Baxter?
Quite so. Or I believe as such.
You're his memories. That mindjacker stole your consciousness.
That is an interesting theory, my dear.
You killed my mother. In the lab, you killed Vicky Pereira.
I did? I'm sorry, my dear. I have no recollection of such a thing.
I guess they didn't take those memories from you.
One ought to remember something as significant as that.
I guess I've only got Dr. Regis' word to go on now.
Regis?
You know Dr. Regis?
That name is an all-consuming catalyst of hatred.
Sounds like
But I can't for the life of me remember why.
You killed his wife. His evidence put you away for 20 years. And apparently he's my father.
It feels as though, for many years, I've wanted nothing more than to strangle the life out of him.
Sounds very calm.
While I know I hate him, I do not understand why.
What can you remember?
Professional memory. I could relate much of my academic career to you.
What about your time in prison?
I was in prison?
How about your childhood?
Nothing.
This
is most troubling, I must say.
Obviously, Galatea decided they didn't need those memories. Anything else?
That is a difficult question to answer. It's only by looking for memory that one knows it isn't there. Everything else is just feelings, shreds here and there.
You've still got enough to be cognate.
An interesting philosophical issue. How much memory is needed for the threshold of consciousness?
I've got to figure this out.
Don't wander.
Okay, let's go back to Regis.
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Latha, where are you?
I'm stuck in a trance sim. It's full of ghosts.
A sim? Oh no. The lock was a ruse to get you to connect to the Cortex system.
What did you do?
I've just added the final component for Central's new personality. I'd already acquired the expertise, the minds from all over the world.
Then you needed a way to make them compatible.
Precisely. But there are only 3 examples in the world of the neural architecture used in Central. The matter already in use, my own brain tissue, of course,
And your sister.
In a few minutes, the organic memory module will have finished imprinting over Latha's mind. Central will have received the upgrade it deserves. Dozens of lifetimes of expertise.
You're killing her!
In only the most technical sense. Don't worry, Father. You'll still have me.
Nobody wants you.
Corpseman, remove her.
Hello?
We've got to get her out of this. Get her out of that damn chair!
There's too much neural activity. The interrupt will leave her brain dead. We'll have to find something we can do at this end.
So all this makes sense, like when they were telling Latha, it's like, oh, it's like you have so much bandwidth capability when connected to the trance, it's like you were born for this. Yeah, she pretty much was.
Can we do anything to the Cortex servers themselves?
If we had more time, I could hook my own wetware up to it. It'd take hours to sort through the normal operational garbage, though.
Can we just pull the module?
I don't think so. The interrupt in the data flow will probably leave her brain damaged. Maybe if we could get it to stop the transfer, though.
What's through here?
A power switch. It's been turned off.
What's it to? Power cut off for the server's refrigeration, apparently deactivated by Galatea to give her a chance to do her work.
Lau, why was the memory module in Vanderwall's refrigerator?
I don't know for sure, but I think it's because of its wetware. Like any organic system, it has a peak temperature at which it operates, about 15 Celsius.
So, he might have been trying to get it to stop by lowering its temperature.
Unsuccessfully, since it managed to override his wetware.
But the theory's sound, right?
Hey, stop!
His kitchen refrigerator wasn't enough. If we power up the freezer in here, we can bring it down to -40.
If you power it up now, the door will lock as the system cycles. Yeah, but we'd be trapped in here for at least 4 hours, in lethal cold.
Oh, shit. Do we really have to make that choice? I hope not. There's gotta be something else, right? There's gotta be something else
Yes,
we can
my
do.
dear?
Oh my god.
The personalities. I'm connected to a system that.
Myself in.
You think?
You must find a way to freeze the mark.
I've got to.
Don't want.
I don't think there's anything that we can do in here. Insufficient user credential for function disconnect. If you believe that you should have permission to disconnect, please contact your sysadmin. If only I could.
This must be a great day for you.
Shut up.
You finally get to meet the children you never knew you even had.
A big old jolt? Nina, can you hear me? No answer. Either it's not working or...
We must get to know each other better after this. You can tell me about my mother. It's a noble sacrifice. This must... You've...
Yes, Doctor.
Carry on, Corpseman.
Can't go anywhere else.
We've got to...
Well, I can sacrifice myself. No, because Lau will follow me and they're like a fucking idiot.
Can we do anything?
If we had to take...
It's the memory module we pulled. Now it's hooked into the system. And
The wetware inside is glowing. It must be active.
a big old... Sorry, Max.
Get her out of
Sir, you shot her.
Carry on, Corpseman. Make sure she's safe until she comes around.
Yes, sir.
Time to make the sacrifice.
I can't risk interrupting the...
Warning. Cooling systems active. Target value, -40 Celsius. Beginning maintenance cycle. Estimated completion, 6 hours.
Nothing else I can do now.
What's happening? Something's disrupting the connection.
Whatever it is, it feels very restful.
Ugh, what? Oh no, Regis, Corpseman, how long have I been out?
A couple of hours, ma'am. Dr. Regis asked me to make sure you were okay before he went back in there.
Into the Cortex server? Oh no, he didn't. Regis! Regis, hang on!
There are a few things I regret. No matter what I do, there's nothing that can change most of them.
She's safe, Regis, you got her out!
That's good. Maybe with what I've done now, I can fix the most important ones.
Hang on, Regis, we're almost in.
I've wasted so many years. Out of shame, out of fear. If I had one more chance. One more.
Regis? Regis! I can't feel anything. Get the medic! Don't do this. Don't do this, Charlie.
Hi. Max, Dr. Lau, told me you'd be here since you left the hospital.
Did she now?
Yeah. She said this was your special place? I kinda know what that's like. I've got one of my own.
Latha, I need to say it again. I'm sorry.
Damn right you should be. You nearly killed me. But Lau also told me what you did in the tower.
It was the right thing to do.
It was more than that. You almost died. And I think it goes a hell of a long way to making up for before.
We have a lot of catching up to do. How about we start again? From scratch. Hi, I'm Charlie Regis. I'm a cell agent. I have difficulty with change, and I'm apparently a father.
Hey, I'm Latha. I'm a trance addict and I've spent the last 2 years jobless. I'd also like to learn about where I came from.
Take a seat. Let me tell you about your mother.
Well, what are we going to do?
Gentlemen, please. There's no cause for concern.
My dear, we have all sunk quite a considerable investment into this project. Oh my, yes.
Dr. Regis is going to tell Central everything that happened.
Indeed, we must find some way to avoid implication. Doctors Regis and Lau are only two people, and we have powerful legal connections. Oh my, yes.
I believe that though the project cannot succeed, we must salvage what we can.
Good thinking.
That is why I've decided to turn state's witness and aid in your prosecution.
What?
Is that enough for you, Charlie?
Central's heard plenty. Chairman Ron, I'm arresting you for attempted disruption of the city's infrastructure.
Okay, I get it. How much you want?
Due to the political and high-profile nature of your crimes, sentencing will be carried out by secret tribunal.
What?
Yikes.
That means no lawyers.
You would have a hard time prosecuting me for any such thing, Dr. Regis.
He's right. We can't arrest him. Despite how he looks, he's not people.
No, but we can confiscate you as evidence. I imagine nobody will want to take responsibility for your actions, though.
You're going to be in the lockup for a long time anyway.
Oh, my.
Come on.
A job well done. Another triumph for justice.
I'm amazed. No, disgusted that Central agreed to your plea bargain.
What can I say? Networking is my thing. Remember, I'm always here if you need my help.
Hey, that was Chantel.
I can't believe you turned it down. The city council was practically begging to give you the job.
It didn't feel right. I didn't deserve it.
Well, since they had to retire Dr. Vargas and you refused it, they had to give the job to Chigwa.
And I'm sure she'll make a fine central coordinator. After all, she's one of the only people left alive and not incarcerated who knows how it works.
You could have been the most powerful man in the city. I could have been best pals with the most powerful man in the city.
Sorry, you'll just have to butter up to Dr. Chigwa.
Should have figured you wouldn't take it. You'd need more adversity before earning something like that. Otherwise, you wouldn't have anything to complain about.
Speaking of complaining, how's the new recruit doing?
She's unconventional, and everyone's noticing it. Not quite getting along with everyone, but that's not what she's here for. Got quite a brain on her, though, hasn't she?
Takes after her mother.
How do I look?
That's how do I look, sir, to you.
Whatever.
Better note problems with authority on the conduct report.
Takes after her father.
Ha! Central. Any update on Nina?
Dr. Nina Zhang is under special observation.
Like witness protection?
Probably something like that. But still, I wish Central could tell us what she was up to.
Ah, Galatea. So good to finally meet in person. How do you like my lab? I used to work here with your father, you know.
Which one?
Oh, very witty. It's a sharp mind you've got. I should know. I helped design it.
I take it I should be thanking you for getting me out of prison?
Let's just say I have contacts in the right place. You see, I need your help. Please lie in the scanner.
What? Why?
With Regis's decision, I am unable to pursue my own research on large-scale AI platforms. My only option would be to start from scratch.
Build your own central? That's ambitious.
You'd need... Oh.
You've got your mother's insight, indeed. There exist only a few examples of the neural tissue needed for such a platform. Within Central, it is too closely guarded, but I know where else it can be found.
Hey, get out of my way!
No.
You can't be serious! Tell him to get out of my way!
We both have grand plans regarding the future of AI in this world, except that yours have failed. Get in the scanner, please.
You won't get away with this! Central will know I'm missing!
My dear, Central already knows. When it learned what I was trying to do clandestinely, its interest was piqued.
The scanners have been calibrated, Dr. Zhang. We are prepared for initial scale probe.
No!
I shan't say this again. Get in the scanner.
The hell? What? Central's helping her? What the fuck? Why? I don't understand. Why would Central help her replace it? Oh no. Man. That was an awesome game. Man, it really makes me want another one. I don't know if there's any plans for a sequel. But yeah, that was great. Highly recommended as a playthrough. I'm really curious as to how much your decisions matter though. Like, all those little things, like whether to contact Nina to begin with or not, you know, not talking back to the mind jacker. Now I realize that the embryo thing just doesn't matter now. But yeah, that was really, really cool. But up next, we don't quite know yet. I will put a poll up, and I'll post a status about it down below. We'll figure out what game we're playing next, and we'll have that sorted out before Monday. We'll probably start a new game on Monday, maybe stream something like a one-off thing tomorrow, if I do stream. Yeah, I'll get together a couple of candidates. I'll put a poll, and feel free to vote to see which one we're doing next. Thanks you to everybody who came out. Thank you to everybody's support for all the subs. And yeah, keep an eye out, and we'll figure out what we're gonna play from here. But for now, that's gonna be it for me. Good night, you guys. Keep an eye out tomorrow if we do another stream. But I will catch you later.